This is a HeadGum podcast.
This week on the program, oh, fuck, this rules. It's Death Wish 4, The Crackdown. I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Eric Siska.
Chris Gavin.
And we ate movies.
Ba-boom.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to We Hate Movies. Thank you for tuning in. As always, if you're new to the program, we are in the throes. The fucking throes.
I hope they're not death throes.
Of Listener Request Month.
Oh, that'll be the end of the month. We're in the death throes.
Yeah, no, that's the earliest.
Start throws?
The start throws. Sure.
Birth throws.
We're fucking fist deep in the middle of Listener Request Month. How about that?
Eric, and we won't put you into death throws until November. With the
politics. I forgot about politics.
November.
Oh, politics is happening.
Politics is happening.
Oh, wait, is this one of the years there's politics?
Yeah.
It's one of the politics years.
Oh, I heard politics might get canceled for the coronavirus. I'm not sure.
Oh, no, just all the candidates, they keep trying to cancel them, but it doesn't work for some reason. Trump, Bloomberg, etc. Anyway.
So we are here to not talk about any of that, but maybe make fun of some of it later.
Sure.
What we are here to talk about is fucking Death Wish 4, The Crackdown from 1987, directed by J. Lee Thompson.
Dude, J. Lee Thompson, it's a guy in a Law and Order episode like, J. Lee Thompson, where are those girls? What did you do to those girls, J. Lee Thompson?
It's the last and worst of the John Ford clones.
This guy's he was a huge director.
Yeah, he was around for a while.
I'm trying to like.
He's a big he did a lot of canon movies too.
So
J. Lee Thompson, you just like to hang around the schoolyard, don't you, J. Lee Thompson?
So did Michael Winner do all three of the first Death Wishes, and then this guy does 4?
Yeah,
and then Eli Roth does the remake, which
right.
By the way, should we say who requested this?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Let's get to the call before we do anything else here. Before we let the night get away from us,
we
man,
really
which
do.
always happens here in We Hate Movies. This movie was it was directed by J. Lee Thompson. It was requested by a kind gentleman by the name of Corey from the great city of Seattle, Washington. Let's hear him now, really quickly.
Hi guys, this is Corey calling from Seattle, Washington. I was going to see if you guys would do Death Wish 4, The Crackdown. You guys did the third one, the fifth one, and the remake. Wanted to see if you guys would do this one. I think it's terrible, but it's really enjoyable too at the same time. I'd love to hear you guys talk about it. Thanks, bye.
Nice, to the fucking point,
Right.
Polite. Love it.
I like.
Could have been intoxicated. That would have made it better, but whatever.
Sure. I am right now. I do like that he points out the previous episodes.
Yes.
So Death Wish, we did the remake
We did.
on our Patreon feed.
yeah.
It's one of the sleepiest movies I've ever seen, man. Bruce Willis is asleep with a switch in that movie.
The Eli Roth movie is available now on our Patreon, patreon.com/WeHateMovies.
Man Cow is really holding that movie up,
He
you
is.
know?
Totally, with both teats. J. Lee Thompson, by the way, just want to put out there, big Bronson collaborator, because he directed this. He directed Kinjite, Forbidden Subjects.
One of the best.
Dude, that is one of the most racist movies
It's incredible.
anyone's ever made.
Let me tell you, if there's a movie poster with Charles Bronson, but then also Japanese characters on it, probably racist.
And even more racist than that is my wedding video, also directed by Jay Lee.
Hey, listen, J. Lee, I've had a couple of scotch and sodas. Put the camera down and I'm going to tell some jokes.
Now, Chuck, you're not thrusting like you used to, okay? So do it slowly this time. Slowly. That's it.
My buddy J. Lee Thompson films me fucking.
Some of those commercials he did. You can probably find them on YouTube. Are like fuck commercials, dude.
I mean, guy, I gotta keep
There was
going
like
here though.
a
Hang
deal-
on,
He's
hang on.
He's got some more.
There's the fucking collabs are through
Yeah.
the roof, dude. 1988's Messenger of Death,
Never saw.
He also directed a Chuck Norris, Lou Gossett Jr. movie called Firewalker. Back to Bronson with Murphy's Law in '86. He's the genius behind fucking Richard Chamberlain and King Solomon's Mines.
Oh wow,
He was
that might be an episode.
He's a canon guy.
Yeah.
These are all
Did he
like
do
Bronson, The
10 to
Evil That
Midnight?
Men Do. He did do 10 to Midnight in 1983.
Wilford
Another
Brimley's
good
in
one.
that, I think.
Fucking Robert Mitchum in The Ambassador. That's a fucking crazy
Jesus.
movie. Yeah. Oh, Happy Birthday to Me, crazy slasher movie.
he didn't do Assassination, did he? Because that was the same year as this.
No, I think that was the same year. So
This was a great Bronson year.
Yeah.
It was
Great vintage.
Oh yes, it's a great year for me. No, I mean, and it just goes and goes and goes. I mean, this guy fucking worked a ton. Great career. 1976, St. Ives, also with Bronson. Yeah, they were like fucking best buds, man.
We were running buddies. We ran and we were buddies. Hey, let's do some calisthenics.
They work hard and they play hard.
Now, Chuck, when you eat that cottage cheese, I want to see the spoon go in your mouth.
Oh,
Fully
man.
in the mouth.
Oh, just dribbling all over the
Oh,
place.
could you imagine fucking Charles Bronson eating cottage cheese?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
What I was alluding to before is there's like a deodorant commercial or something that he did, I think, in Japan or something. He's shirtless and he's spraying his chest and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's gorgeous.
What's the cottage situation?
It's not bad.
That's pretty cool.
It was
Isn't that
probably earlier,
technically
like
pornography?
70s Bronson, probably.
Technically,
Maybe, yeah.
pornography.
It might be early 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the fourth outing for the Paul Kinsey character. I got to tell you,
Paul Kinsey.
That's the
Kersey, Paul Kersey.
Kinsey's the sex experiment.
Sex doctor. Yeah, you're right.
Which is
Paul
very
Kersey.
similar. It's all fucking forced.
Yeah, that dude was assassinating all sorts of other things.
You say you can jerk off anytime, eh?
Dude, that's William Sadler, man.
In that
Rock
movie.
and roll.
You
I
had
fucked
six-
my whole family. I fucked chickens, dogs,
Oh,
cats.
does he really? I didn't see that movie.
It's a thing where like
he fucks his family?
this guy comes in and they think that he's like, oh, this is the man. Like he's
Right.
the answer to all of our sexual queries and whatnot. And he tells this
Shit,
whole thing
Patient-
about like
Patient Zero.
he's like, no, I fucked every member of my family. I fucked dogs,
Really?
cats, chickens, all this shit. I can get an erection and come to completion in 12 seconds. All this crazy shit.
Superman.
And it's kind of crazy because who's the woman in the movie? Laura Linney.
Laura Linney.
She's like,
He's a mutant.
she's like, hey, Liam Neeson, I think this guy's a liar. And he's like, no. This is the guy. This is the guy I've been looking for. This is my thesis. Kane and Hackman on TV together. This is my thesis.
Honey, you didn't see it. He whipped it out and it just went.
And I think William Sadler does then proceed to jerk off
does.
in that movie.
By the
Absolutely
way,
does.
Paul Kinsey in Sex Wish.
nice.
You've got the sex wish, and yeah, I'm going to complete it.
But this is, so it's the third sequel to Death Wish. This movie pretty much erases the events of the third film, previous episode.
Wouldn't you have to?
Why? What the fuck does it
Because
matter?
he starts a war zone? Like, it's an
Yeah, he
actual
blows up
war.
a couple buildings in
Yeah.
that one.
Would- that
But
was
it's
the
all
third
it's
one.
it's burned
That-
out New York City.
But that wasn't the fifth one? I can't
No,
even
the
keep
fifth,
these
the
straight.
fifth, the fifth one is where he takes on Michael Parks, who's deeply rooted in the fashion scene.
Yes.
Okay.
Michael Parks,
Previous episode, I'll listen to us talk about it.
I believe he melts an acid at the
Oh
end of that
yes,
film.
definitely
yes,
does.
yes. Okay, now I remember these differences.
Yeah.
He fights
that's that
Alexander McQueen at the end of it.
Yes, the end of
You're right. The third movie's post-apocalypse. It's like Mad Max
It's because they were like filming.
in England, right?
I think it was England, like some
Yes.
burned out set, and it's like, yeah, that's Brooklyn. That'll do.
But this is he's back in Los Angeles because in the second one, the first one's in New York. Part 2, it's in Los Angeles, and then his daughter gets killed. Part 3 is back in New York. Yeah, go cross around, back and forth. Oh, the cross country flights back to New York, back to Los Angeles.
It's bi-coastal.
Bi-coastal assassin.
He's back in Los Angeles in
I
this one.
kill men and women.
I,
By killer.
I killed my family. I killed all cats, dogs,
The
Chickens.
You know, I can shoot somebody right here, right now,
Wait, with a gun or your dick?
with both.
I can kill somebody right now, and then I could kill them again in 20 seconds.
Dealer's choice. Yeah.
No, last night, I've been having kind of a rough week.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Are you
And I was
alright?
like, I wasn't in the mood for this. And then like the Canon logo came on. I was like,
Yep.
yeah, I'm in the mood for this.
Dude, it is
You
like
need
getting
it.
a B12 vitamin shot right in
It
your butt
is.
cheek.
Mhm.
Oh, fuck. I saw that logo. And it was like, it's that like, I'm not going to say new because it's still fucking 30 years old, but like the kind of better animated
Yes.
Canon logo.
Bong, bong,
Yeah.
bong.
Yeah, and it's like flying at you like it's 3D. Loving it.
So
I was actually
good.
disappointed because at first it was I was like getting a beer in the fridge. Who would have guessed? And I heard the
Who would have guessed that you keep beer in the fridge?
the MGM Lion because I guess that's a distributor. I was like, oh, that's it's just another. And then I heard the Canon. There was, oh shit! I'm having a good
Just
day.
another
Yeah.
day with the lion.
That lion noise is just Charles Bronson yawning.
Yeah. That's my bad impression.
Mm,
of Charles
They should have done a
Bronson yawning.
special one. You know, they do specials of the Universal logo or the Warner Brothers logo.
Oh,
right,
sure.
right, sure.
Have Charles Bronson shirtless be the lion. Go,
Yes.
"Wah."
Actually, it'd be great. You replace him visually with the lion, but it's still like in audio, the lion roar.
Yes,
and it's just him yawning.
Yeah.
It's the James Bond like eye thing going at him. It's just him in slacks and like an old work shirt.
You know, we were robbed because of Bronson died much obviously in the early thousands, I think, or maybe late 90s.
Yeah.
But he missed the animation boom. I guarantee you in his later years, he would have been like, oh, it's me, the oldest, I don't know, what am I, a snowman or something.
wow, yeah, if he was on some like crazy.
It's me and LeBron James in that
Yes.
snowman picture from last year.
Yes, I'm voicing a snowman, and LeBron plays an elf that goes missing. I team up with a sexy reindeer, and we try to find him.
Zac Efron plays an elf.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Elfron?
Zac Efron.
Zach Elfron?
I'd do a fucking animation damnation on that non-existent movie.
His name, his character's name in the movie is Zac Efron. You see the joke, don't you?
Listen, I was paid. I left. I went to bed.
No, I haven't seen it.
Bronson in like a dirty grandpa-esque situation would have
Yes.
been fantastic.
But here's the thing. That man was devoid of a sense of humor. At least his on-screen personality.
But I'm laughing at all of them.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be, really.
I feel like he's more of the guy who at first doesn't want to get in on the crime in Going the Distance, but at
Yeah.
the very end he helps out in some small way. He's kind of silent in the old people's home.
I could see that. I'd be, yeah. I mean, he could be like kind of what Walken did, where he's like the funny heavy kind of a thing.
Yeah, okay.
See, the thing is, like with this movie, I think they know it's a piece of shit when they're making it,
Absolutely.
but they're not winking at the camera like bad movies today.
Yes.
They're
Sure.
like playing it a little more sincere. But I think
That's-
Bronson knew it was trash.
He did. He absolutely did. But
So it's funny.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like everybody knew on the set of a Canon production
Yeah.
just what the fuck was going on.
Sure.
Mainly because you were high on coke through all of it.
Yes.
Right.
So there's that. But like,
Like me
You know,
now.
but it's like, I don't know. There's still a certain like love and care to these movies.
Yes.
Like you can always
Yes.
give that to Canon. It's the same thing with like, and I hate these movies and I think they're garbage, but like the people that make those trauma movies,
Yes.
it's kind of the same thing. It's like we're in it, we're all in on it, we're doing the thing.
It's like a family production kind of.
Exactly. I feel like that was the thing with Canon Pictures as well.
I noticed a theory. I've created a theory that I think
Oh,
for
yeah.
Bronson is that the best lines of delivery and moments in this film and all of his movies and deliveries is if he's saying 3 words or less in a sentence. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, take the bus. You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, dude, he told me to take the fucking bus.
That's where his career came from. What's the Time of the West? He says like 7 lines in the whole movie.
Totally. But like, think about it this way. Like the best line in this movie is him going, using the toilet. That's fucking awesome.
Or just death.
Yes, exactly.
I am death.
Or like,
Yeah.
I don't know that girl. I do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
the
It's
last
like-
line of the film.
It's just like all that shit. Like it's all I go, do what you have to. Like once he gets like, but when he's like, oh, you wrote a pretty good article on battered wives. It's like, you know what? Once now we're out of it.
So this movie starts. I love that the credits just roll over a dark parking garage.
Yes.
It knows that it's a Death Wish sequel, man. Like, here we are in a fucking parking garage.
This is an insane start because this woman's trying to leave work or presumably work or something like that. She gets into a BMW, doesn't start. She starts flooding the engine, and then men appear. I don't know.
Sorry.
Men just appear in the parking garage. Like,
Right.
1 second she looks, there's a guy there with like a, I guess it's like what
The fishnet stocking thing, or not
nylons
fishnet,
or whatever,
nylon stocking.
Yes.
over the face. Another one appears, and then another one appears.
They all
One
got
psychopath, two
They're
psychopaths.
like multiplying. It's like eerie and like, what's going on here? And it's a great fucking reveal of what this is.
Now, I loved this part. It was pretty unsettling. Like, the dudes just appearing. We're using a lot of good editing to cut back and forth. But then, and this also says a lot about what we're actually watching when it's revealed what we're actually watching. It says a lot about the person coming up with all of this, that we see what we see in this scene. Because after that, these dudes start battering this woman's car with baseball bats till they break the window, drag her out, rip her shirt off, and attempt to rape her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Chuck, I know in the other movies, the rape comes a little in there, a little bit, couple 20, 30 minutes in. We're thinking 2 minutes in. J. Lee Thompson, Chuck, we're back.
It is everything you love and everything you hate about Death Wish movies.
She's right there. And then here is Bronson, the fucking angel of death himself. And this
Also appears.
just appears, and it's like, who are you? Death. And he starts shooting these dudes. Gets one dude in the leg, so he's kind of like chasing him, like, oh, now you are the prey kind of thing.
I'm not wearing hockey pants.
But at the end of the day,
Batman.
it's a fucking dream that Charles Bronson is having. And I'm like, dude, you're
This
dreaming
is
about
amazing.
Death Wish movies?
Because he shoots this guy. Actually, speaking of Batman, it kind of reminded me of that scene of the Joker when he's chasing that dude on the subway platform. Anyway,
Oh,
the new Joker.
Yes.
And he shoots this dude, and he rolls his body over, and it's Charles Bronson. He shot
Yes.
himself.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
His fucking
like-
facial expression
yeah.
is hilarious.
It reminded me of Luke in the cave versus
Yeah,
Vader.
totally.
Because and then you wakes up with a dream. Well, he doesn't say it, but you just see it in his face. He's
It's
acting
that.
here.
And I'm like, man, so this Death Wish movie started with a fucking fake Death Wish movie. Come on.
And it's just like the weird part about this is like there's actually thankfully no rape in this movie whatsoever. No actual
besides the attempt.
yeah. Besides this fantasy, just cut it out,
right.
dude. Just like literally, because like usually it's like somebody gets raped and murdered, and then he has to avenge it. That's what almost all of these movies are. And this is the one story wherein that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And J. Lee Thompson, well, hold on, is this a Death Wish movie or?
Whoa. I saw at the front page of the script, it said Death Wish. Ain't seeing no rape. Just saying.
It is shoehorned in, but at the same time, he's like haunted by the past
Of course.
rape and murders that he's had.
But like, what is going on here, though? Is this a memory that he's dreaming
No,
about?
this is just a dream.
That's what I'm saying. He's
Yes.
just dreaming
It's a
plots of
dream,
Death Wish movies.
but he's lived Death Wish, so it haunts him. I
Of course,
guess.
he's at this point, he's America's most prolific living serial killer. He's killed like, I don't know, 200 people at this point. I lost count in Death Wish 3. That's a lot.
Chuck, look, we got the cards back from the test audiences, and they all say more rape. I don't know why. I don't know why they would put that on a test card, but
it was the 80s.
Well, look, in Death Wish 3, this is J. Lee Thompson talking. In Death Wish 3, his whole motivation, because this old friend of his gets murdered by New York gangs. No rape there. We are bringing the Death Wish franchise back to its roots. There will be sexual assault in Death Wish for the Crackdown, or I may be stricken dead by the Lord God Almighty, J. Lee Thompson.
hey, here's an interesting idea. There's a movie that's going to come out in a long time called Jacob's Ladder. And we're just going to pretend this is a fantasy, you see?
I'm in Vietnam.
That's actually, this is 2 weeks in a row we've had a sexual assault in the first 5 minutes of a film. Law-abiding citizen as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. That gets a little
right.
death wishy at the beginning, doesn't
What
it?
is with these listeners, you guys?
Oh,
Does
my
listener
God.
request months?
I don't know. I think we have to end it.
I think so. So he's gone back to architecture actually, and
This
he's
is
using
great.
his real name, which I think he shouldn't be doing.
No.
That's a big problem. He needs to be fucking Jerry Saunders like
I
nobody's
mean,
business.
It's before the internet. You could just do whatever. You could Don
True.
Draper anything.
I would he should be in the fucking just like France. It's like, oh, it's me, Paul Kersey, in France because America got too hot.
Oh, hey there, Roman Polanski. You want me to design a house? Sure.
The thing that is crazy that I was about to talk about before my brain fucking farted out. Oh, Bronson. I love the fact that Paul Kersey, not only is he back to architecture, this motherfucker is working at Kersey Architecture.
Nice.
This is his firm. He's got people under his thumb.
I mean,
man.
congratulations to him. He moved to a new city now. He's back. He's in LA again, and he's
Yep.
starting a new industry. And he's got a young girl under his wing named Erica, who's got a portfolio of architecture stuff. And he's like, it's pretty damn good. It's not great. It's pretty damn good. And
Not Kersey material.
this is a
Hold on, where are you putting the door? Oh, you fucked it up. The door is in the wrong place.
The exchange, though, is fucked up because this girl, Erica, is like, so, Paul, what do you think of my drawings? And he at first says, yeah, they're not great. And it's like a Bronsonian
Yes.
pause like you wouldn't believe, and then follows it up with, but they're pretty damn good. So for like a second, he's like, I'm going to break this girl's heart.
classic nag, dude. This Death Star's pretty good, except for the exhaust port. Didn't think of that, did you?
I hope they serve only Schlitz in hell.
Oh, they do, dude. Don't worry.
Charles Bronson under director Krennic.
Yes,
in
absolutely.
Rogue One.
Fuck, that'd be pretty great.
Yeah, right.
We stand here in my achievement. Hold on. This is my Mr. Krennic.
It's
Whoa,
him
whoa,
and Galen
whoa.
Erso jockeying for who's actually the genius behind. the
Wait,
Death
I'm
Star.
sorry. Your name is Orson.
I mean, who did the bathrooms? Chucky did the bathrooms on the Death Star. It was beautiful.
You know, it was my idea to put a little circle there for the laser.
Wait, hold on. The Emperor is coming here. We're not even done with the. Oh, jeez.
This
We're gonna-
fucking prick, let me tell you.
I like this idea. I just want to see him in his Star Wars drafting table.
Well, look, if we
Yeah.
can have a fucking Tarkin tune, man.
Yes,
totally.
Get that dude. What's that dude's
There's
name?
like an impersonator of him now that's making movies.
Yeah, this dude that looks fucking exactly like Bronson.
It's
I
weird.
haven't
Hilarious.
watched any of those, but
Neither
I
have I.
kind of want to, and I kind of don't.
I just feel like it's the voice. That's the
Yeah.
thing that he probably doesn't have it. Maybe the Shuttleman does. I don't know.
Listeners at home, have you seen this dude's movies? Let us know what the score is.
Yeah, where tweeted us at WHM Podcast. By the way, follow us. It's 2020. Let's get 20K followers.
Ooh,
Come
I
on,
like
folks.
that.
Mhm.
Come on,
Let's do it.
folks.
Let's do it, dude. Totally
Please.
possible.
Good, thank you.
Please.
Erica is not just his pupil. He's his girlfriend's daughter.
Nice.
So there's a nice domestic scene. They're looking. Well, we have a big old newspaper here. It's 1987. The movie is at 8:00.
Dude, I love that. Like for a second in this movie.
Dukakis.
I'm voting for Dukakis.
Donnie Darko with Paul
dude.
Kersey.
Celador.
I don't
Yes,
know about
isn't
that.
it a beautiful?
I'm going to kill the rabbit. What killed my son? Kaboom!
Who put this Dukakis sticker on the fridge?
What are you doing in the middle of the road is what I want to know.
Oh, look at that. It's an old witch.
Oh, we call her Grandma Deathwish.
There it is.
Oh my God.
Something happens and I'm head over heels. Head over heels.
Hey, Charita Chin, you're gonna be all right. Let me just let you know, you're gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay for you. Take off those earmuffs.
Blammo. Kitty porn dungeon.
I'm going to put an end to sparkle motion.
Well, your ammo test scores are intimidating.
Now I just want James Coburn as the rabbit. Wake up. Wake up, Bronson. You get your ass out of bed. It's today.
Fuck, man.
I was watching Married with Children and I masturbated. That was one. too
Wow, that's a deep cut. You've
what
seen
was-
Donnie Darko more than anyone in this
I
room.
have. It was that was one joke too many.
What is this watery transfer out of my chest? This is the umbilical cord.
Somebody explain this movie to me now. Pronto.
So they're gonna go to this movie and
Erica, we have to mention, gets picked up for a date.
Right.
And it's fucking hilarious because Bronson is peeping out the window. And this is this dude's fucking flub and his arrogance.
rookie mistake.
Lighting the J before you pull away from the fucking parents' house? Are you kidding me?
Schmuck and doobies.
Well, he's on the list. At the bottom of the list, but on the list nonetheless.
But stop villainizing marijuana, folks.
Well, because we should say up front, this movie, what is he cracking down on? Drugs, you better believe
it's a
it.
huge war on drugs movie.
I
Very
am teaming up with
Reagan-ite.
McGriff the crime dog.
There's one sequence in this movie for 4 minutes where it's just like drugs kill kids.
Yeah.
Big flashing letters.
So I mean, it establishes that marijuana is the gateway drug here because they smoke weed and then they go to a carnival ground, I guess.
Well, I don't wanna-
Erica's
I wanna-
about to
yes.
leave.
Yes, I want to get
And
to
she's
this.
like, "Hey, why don't you two fuck? Well, Matt, why don't you two just fuck each other all over the house?"
What? Because she's like, they're like, you better be home by 10:30. All right, 11. We're doing some curfew stuff.
Sure.
And she's like, instead of going to that movie, why don't you got me out of the house and you're gonna go to a movie?
Oh.
Come on, guys.
Oh,
It's like,
Bronson and the lady friend here,
you
yeah.
want Charles Bronson to have sex with your mother?
Yeah, dude, he's digging tunnels. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess 'cause she's taking a shine to him.
She has.
Architecture thing. She sees dollar signs in
She's
her
also
eyes.
she's also about to get high, so she's probably like, "Well, whatever the fuck, yeah, fuck, guys."
Well, because if they fuck, then suddenly her coming home at midnight is not as much of a big deal
I
because
guess
they've gotten their steam on.
Exactly, dude. They they both rubbed one out.
Exactly.
We should say this. This actress Erica is Dana Barron's of Slight or Dana Barron of Vacation, obviously.
She was Audrey in the first Vacation movie.
And she was also on Beverly Hills 90210 for a spell, for just a quick spell.
Oh, is she one of your fave characters?
You don't remember the episodes?
No,
What spell?
the
what
titles
spell,
of the
what's-
episodes?
What
It
spell
was
did she
early
cast?
on. She was like a younger girl, which is saying she must have been 30 at the time, obviously.
Oh, they all
but like she
were.
was like too young for Brandon, if I'm
Oh,
mistaken.
one of those deals.
Yeah,
huh?
exactly. She was like a junior
dipped
hire.
into that a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I haven't watched the show.
I can't date you. My father's Charles Bronson.
Man, great excuse to turn a guy down, let me tell you.
Now I'm going down to that creek to fix Dawson.
Oh, dude, but because everyone was so much older. Hey, it's me. I'm a new transfer student here at the West Beverly High. Charles Bronson. I am a senior.
How do you do, fellow kids?
I'm here at the Beverly Hills 90210.
Yes, I'm hanging out at the Peach Pit, and yes, my name is Jaden.
Do you think we can get some booze for the party this weekend?
I don't know. I'll have to use a fake ID.
I'd like a keg of beer. Teen Wolf. I love that Bronson is sweating being late to this movie,
Yes,
but he's also like he's doing some movie math here, which there's a flaw in his system. But he's looking at the newspaper and he's like, okay, movie starts at 8:00. Back here, 2-hour movie. Back here by 10:30. Still plenty of time before Erica gets home. And I was like, Charles Bronson, I know it's the late 80s, but you are still not factoring in the pre-show, dude. You're fucking it up.
Also,
You're going to be fucking fingering this woman and her daughter's going to come home.
he stinks
Lock the door.
of we're going to CVS first to get some candy.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not paying those ridiculous concession stand prices.
They don't even have Werther's there.
$1.50 for a soda. What am I, J.P. Morgan?
He walks into the theater like Marge Simpson with that giant coat at the candy convention.
See you in hell, Candyman. I
I
rewatched that recently. Classic app.
I desperately want to watch Charles Bronson take this lady to a movie. Absolutely. Or he's either, Chris, you're right. He's either sneaking stuff in, or he's like, well, why are we gonna get dinner? I'll just get a hot dog at the movie.
A hot dog, a big popcorn, and maybe a Cinnabon. That's dinner.
No, get the popcorn at the bottom. Oh, I cut a hole in it. My dick.
So Erica goes to an arcade.
It's this like carnival boardwalk thing, and
Yeah.
this boyfriend, I gotta tell you, this boyfriend, he's not long for this film. Having said that, the pig parking in this movie, this guy is pulling right up like he's fucking Homer Simpson.
He's rocking an IROC Z, dude. So you could park wherever the fuck you want.
It is hysterical though, because this dude is pulling right up, like people are walking by, and this guy is driving. Like, remember where we park, kids? On
There's
the
a-
fucking pedestrian walkway.
A lot of parking mishaps in this film, and maybe because it's in Los Angeles. But there was the parking garage at the start with the potential rape scene. Sure, her car wasn't in the lines correctly,
Well,
unless
that's the
that was a
fantasy.
huge.
That's part of his.
Oh, that's
fantasy.
the
I always
letting-
dream.
ample parking. It's in my dream.
My parking dreams include people parking outside the line.
Like she was in the lines, but it was like pulled up in a way that like there was so much other space that I was like, she's got to be in the other fucking.
Oh, honey,
spot.
I cannot fucking sanction pig parking, man.
Yeah, you
I
can't
cannot do
double
it.
park. You can't park in two spots, dude.
And listen, there's
First
nothing,
off, Chris,
Yes.
there's nothing wrong about getting out of the car and being like, oops, you know what? I fucked that up. I should readjust it. If anything, you're the
yes.
fucking parking lot hero at that point.
Yes.
of course.
Don't pay for under 2 hours parking. Fantasy world.
I readjust all the time when I park. I let's gotta get it just right.
Oh, honey, her left tire is on the line there. That means we're watching a dream sequence. I'm good at movie language.
A woman is driving correctly. It must be a dream.
But we should get into the drug dealer at this point. This dude,
Wait, now which guy? Because we got Tim Russ. Do we recognize Tim Russ?
I spotted him. Yeah,
Tim Russ, he was Tuvok on Star Trek Voyager.
I did not recognize. Him.
He's the African American gentleman that is like greeting people at the drug dealing hotspot.
No, I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember him. From
Okay, I
Star-
think the character's
Star
name is
Trek.
Jesse, I believe.
Yeah,
he was a Vulcan on a Voyager.
He's the manager of the drug
yes,
deals.
he has a hilarious death at the end of this movie.
Absolutely.
One of the many. But the I guess like the main guy here who's like
the
gives
guy
her-
that kind of looks like Lou Ferrigno.
he's like 50 years old.
Yes.
And he's a drug dealer, which is fine. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, America, it's really hard to retire. But like,
Uh-huh.
Seriously, totally.
and it's totally cool to sell drugs. But you've got to sort of up your You can't be the guy that's still selling drugs at the arcade.
No,
that's a young man's. You got to be at the dance club at least.
I will say, selling drugs, parental permission, obviously.
Obviously,
Disclaimer.
Yes.
But at least, like, if that's still your racket, right? If this like wannabe Lou Ferrigno guy, right? Like, if that's your thing, you have to hire like a younger underling. Because
Yes.
as a 50-year-old guy, you can't be walking around arcade
exactly.
machines.
Everyone's like, look, you're giving up the ghost already. You have a younger guy that does it. And maybe you have
Exactly.
4 younger guys at 4 different arcades. They all give you a little piece of the action.
If you find yourself eligible for or close to being eligible for senior citizen discounts on coffee at McDonald's, and you are also slinging coke by the Gallagher machine, that's a problem.
Exactly.
That's a real problem.
Honey, I figured out the solution to our problems. I bought us a baby. Just gonna hold this baby while we do I think we're young.
Now we have a drug dealing baby.
Wow, I would watch that. Drug dealing baby.
Totally.
so this dude, and
Little slingers.
Erica go up. This guy, because he's also a scumbag, goes to Erica. He's like, "Hey, baby, I got a special one
Just for you.
And also, Erica, by the way, is into some real shit, dude.
Erica is down to clown, dude. Holy macaroni.
She was smoking pot at some point.
Talk about.
And then-
5 minutes ago, we just saw it happen.
Yes, and now this is pills she's getting?
Coke.
Oh, is that
No,
Coke?
she's getting
There's
something
pills.
else.
It's brown. I think it's horse, dude. I think she's
Really?
getting fucking
like
horse.
horse pills.
Spoiler alert, though. In the very next scene where she dies of an overdose.
Yes.
The doctor says she's overdosed on cocaine, and the mother says she doesn't do cocaine, and the doctor just goes, "Well, I guess tonight she did." At least the doctor says it's coke.
Look, honey, it's called super cocaine. It's all over the country. It's just heroin.
Also, this doctor has a mullet, to quote my good friend Andrew Jupin, to beat the band.
Dude, it's exquisite. It's fucking exquisite.
I know, I mean, it was something that happened in the 80s. I just can't imagine having my life in the hands of someone with that kind of a haircut.
I can't take you seriously.
Like, or at least he's got to wear one of those like doctor like shower caps all the time.
Well, it was so shitty that I was like, is he like trying to kill her? I got a two-step plan. First, kill her. Then date her. Because he's trying to he's clearly like, oh yeah, come here, honey.
This is a good question, Chris, because he gives her like a huge bag of this shit.
Yeah.
Like, you just give her a little bit. Like,
Yes.
But that's the big question right here. Is this on this Lou Ferrigno looking motherfucker, or is this on Erica? Was this dude like, here you go, have fun with
you
it
think she just ate it all
for a long weekend?
Yeah.
You know, and she was like, and just blew it all.
Well, Lou Ferrigno is like, he's like, this is special just for you. You don't got to pay me nothing. I mean, maybe you want to come to my house.
Kids,
sometime?
know your limits. Start slowly.
Just smoke
or not
weed.
at all.
Start smoking weed.
That's it. Period.
That's my favorite part of the scene is his man, the front guy with the suit and everything, is talking to the boyfriend. He's like, no, just let them hang out, man. No, come on. You're a white loser. Stop. Come on. Let them talk.
I will say my favorite part of getting drugs is fucking paying for it. I will never take free drugs. No, thank you, my friend.
Absolutely not. Dude.
That
Are
is
you
that.
kidding me?
I want everything set up nice and easy. This is a service I'm buying from you. I don't owe you anything.
yeah.
And I don't need
Take
a
notes,
special
people on tour. I
yeah,
guess.
and I don't need like a special whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I am here for my fucking strain that is going to make me melt into the couch, and that's totally fine while I watch Star Trek or whatever. I don't need your special fucking hoodoo whatever dude that you
Exactly.
fucking whipped up special for me.
Oh, how much is it? $50? Here's a $50 bill. Well, that concludes our relationship.
Sorry, we don't take any bills over a 20.
This is why we need legalization in this country, because this is, the upselling wouldn't be as extreme.
Are you sure you don't want a large pot? I could get you. It's only 50 cents more.
Super
50 cents more, you get a free refill.
If they ask you to supersize your drugs, you got to do it. 30 days, dude.
Dude, it's
30
wild.
days on the drugs.
The indoctrination that Chris Cabin and I had to experience working at the multiplex when you learn how to do the concession stand.
Really?
And it's like, no matter what they ask you, you got to fucking up that. So it's like,
Really?
yeah, I'd like medium popcorn and a medium soda. And your instant response is 50 cents more, you get free refills.
Because there are spies. There are popcorn spies.
Are you
Secret
serious?
shoppers.
Yes,
really?
who will come up, and if you don't upsell them,
What if
you're
there's
gone, fella.
What if some guy in a big cowboy has, let me get the largest soda you got with the refills and the largest popcorn you ever seen.
Bigger than that. You got a bucket in the back.
Here's the
Here's
thing.
a $100 bill. Give me as much popcorn as this bag.
Give me that mop bucket full of soda.
There's a fucking response to everything, though. If they maxed out from the jump and it was like large popcorn,
shit.
large soda.
Do you want to buy a house?
You get it. You get it. Okay? You get the drink and the popcorn.
Right.
And then you come back to the concession stand and go, would you like any other candy or nachos with that?
Oh,
was
I
the
see.
fucking line.
No, I think I'm done eating at movie theaters.
Wow.
Because I went to the movies today and I was like,
I'm just getting warmed up.
I was like, you know what, popcorn? I don't know. That's messy. I'm gonna have to go to the restroom and wash that shit off my hands. Let me just get a slice beforehand.
This is why you never get popcorn.
I don't get popcorn.
You shouldn't get popcorn. I'm
But
telling you,
what
shouldn't
are you
get
getting?
popcorn.
But what are you ordering at the concession stands?
A
today?
soda and be done with it.
The
And
problem is when I'm going fucking high as a kite to the movies,
Sure.
man, you know me and the munchies.
right,
Yeah,
but
we're
what are you?
best
But
friends.
what are you getting?
You say mac and cheese bites, I'm leaving.
No. I
Door
don't,
closed.
I don't
AOL sound effects.
Chris has left the chat.
no, I don't fuck around with that shit.
Okay.
But I got myself a large ass popcorn. I put way too much butter on it. Large ass soda. I ate the whole thing. I ate
you
the whole
can't. You
fucking
gotta
thing.
know your shapes. I'll get a small popcorn and a large soda because I want more soda than I need, or I'll probably wind up drinking the whole thing because I am But
You shouldn't do that, Steven.
I prefer not to go to the bathroom during the film. And if I have the soda, guess what's happened?
That's what happened, dude. I'd take a leak in the
Yeah.
middle of Birds of Prey. It was horrible.
You know
What else
I'm-
are you fucking with, Steve? You got the small popcorn?
I'll
Anything
get
else?
a small popcorn sometimes.
I'm looking actually for tips, by the way.
Oh,
like
I forgot.
how
I
to
totally
order at
also
the
got
concession
candy.
stand.
I got
What
peanut
kind?
M&Ms.
Peanut
Also.
M&Ms
M&Ms
is
are my
good.
go-to.
You
That's
didn't
a
put
good
that
one.
in the popcorn, did you?
No, man, I'm not a fucking savage.
Well, there are a lot of savages
No,
out
I
there.
know.
with
No,
that
I know
stuff.
people like mixing the salt and the sweet. I don't do it because I
It sounds-
neurotically have to just keep all food stuff separate anyway.
It sounds good in theory, but then I'm like, okay, now all my M&Ms at the bottom. Continue.
That's it.
Steve.
No, but
what's the rest of your order? Yes, sir. What will we be having today?
Oh, they see me, they start licking their lips. Here he comes.
I'll take the whole popcorn machine. How much is that?
Well, for 50 cents extra, you could own the movie theater.
So Erica is dead.
Oh, right. She ODs immediately.
She ODs
just small
immediately.
popcorn.
That's it. I went for a while. I had a weird, sad Christmas tradition. One time I was sick, and the other time I was about to go to my sister's, and I had like a couple hours to kill watching those Hobbit movies as they came out around Christmas. And I would have a large soda and a pizza, a little personal
Dude, you
one.
get
Oh, you
personal
haven't-
pan
oh.
pizzas at the movie theater?
I did a couple
Do
times.
they
What's
have
it- no,
these
wait.
everywhere now?
No,
No.
these were at
Because
the
I feel like the
Times
one I
Square.
went to today didn't have that.
Right. And good on them.
You're fine.
But I have to ask, dude, what is the diarrhea situation with movie theater pizzas?
With me, you never know where it's gonna go.
You're a ticking time bomb no matter what.
Wow. What? So, how big are those things?
They're a personal pan.
Fair enough.
Think. All right, close your eyes. Think about a personal pan, and it's that size.
Wait, think about a personal pan and then put a pizza in it.
No, it's like
Yeah.
I don't know what the radius is of this thing.
Authentic New York pizza.
But yeah,
Is
oh
what
yeah,
we're talking
dude, definitely
about?
from Ray's.
By the way, Steve, just because now I share your mutual appreciation, or I mutually appreciate with you, the Sinopolis in Chelsea.
Oh yeah,
Did you see they got a sign up that says bar coming soon?
shit, I had no idea, and I'm excited.
You better believe it, dude.
I will now go to that theater even more than I do.
I was actually just reminded when I was waiting online to get my concession stand items before Birds of Prey, which is a great movie that everybody should see, by the way. Behind me was this younger couple, and they were in this like fierce, not debate with each other, but just like this serious discussion, weighing the pros and cons of whether or not they should like apply for the Sinopolis like value program.
Wow.
And the guy is
Big
like,
decision.
he's like reading this sign and he's like, well, if we sign up today, I mean, we're going to get 50 cents off the whole order. And then the woman's just like, yeah, no, yeah. And it just seems like, oh, what is that? Every Tuesday, a free popcorn. What? This sounds like it's a pretty good deal. When we get up there, what are we going to do?
Are we making money at this?
Dude, and then they're like,
don't let them know. We're gonna be okay.
they're trying to figure out, like, it's like, well, we get up there. If we want to sign up, but we're not signed up yet, how's that going to work? And I want,
Are we
to
going to
turn around.
close? Is the place going to close because of us?
I was going to just be like, this woman is going to ask for your fucking phone number and you're signed up. And that's the end of
Lord.
it. It was just the funny. It was like they were diffusing a bomb.
honey, did you bring your social security card on? If you don't have it with you, I don't know if we're gonna be able to sign up for this.
I said,
need a birth certificate.
fucking two forms of ID, Sharon.
Go back to the house. Open the safe.
Get my gun.
Oh, they have to take a picture. I'm not wearing what I should be wearing.
Let's worry about this now. Let's not actually wait for the one question that's actually clearly gonna happen.
Fuck, Karen. Are we saving $2 today or not?
Okay, what was your job 10 years ago?
So Erica's dead.
Erica is way dead.
Right, this movie.
So Bronson is upset as much as his face at this time in 1987 can allow him to be upset.
Sure.
He-
It's a weird, like, they are allowing, so like she's brought into the emergency room. They're doing a bunch of emergency-ish work on her. The paddles come out, all of that stuff. I could not believe that, like, so like the door to the whatever, it's not an operating room, but whatever, the door closes.
yeah.
Bronson and
Yeah.
his lady friend, the mother of Erica, are allowed to just like peek through this
Oh,
window,
yeah.
watching this girl get zapped a bunch of times.
Yeah.
They usually try and keep you away from that.
There's in these movies, and I assume IRL, someone comes out and is like, "Hey, man, there's a place where you can go sit."
Is that my lady friend's daughter in there? Is that my lady friend's daughter in there?
But then so she dies like immediately, and then it's hilarious. This fucking doctor with this mullet opens the door back up like they've just turned around to walk away. And he's like, hey, lady.
Yes, totally.
Dude, it's like so ridiculous. I was like, how about a little compassion?
Hey, sweetheart, your daughter's dead in here.
Never mind. Come back. Get the coffee later. She's dead.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, your night is ruined. Looks like we are not making the movie.
So she, but he notices her boyfriend skips out. He's like, I am going to follow him because I saw him smoke a joint, therefore he's in trouble. Also, I don't know if you could just drop, like if you're 17 or so, you could just drop your girlfriend off for a death OD and then make it out of the hospital before the police are asking you a couple of questions.
Well, I don't know that it's so much you can, but he definitely does.
Yeah, yes. He
fucking hightails it, dude.
It's like you're returning a movie 5 days late. You just kind of throw it in the slot and walk away.
Been
But
there.
he does have a crisis of conscience. He's telling the other drug dealer that, hey, I'm going to go to the cops. And
This whole
This is
thing.
just the
So he goes
stupidest thing
back
that-
to the fucking arcade, carnival, boardwalk, whatever this is. Again, drives right up to the ring toss game like Homer Simpson. I love the parking that this guy has.
And he pulls the guy out and he's like, hey, man, you gave her a bad shot. What'd you give her, man? You didn't give her what she gave to me. Why are you giving her special stuff? You know what, dude? Fuck you. I'm going to the cops. And I'm like, dude,
don't tell him.
you never tell anybody.
Go to the cops. Don't go to him. Why are you going to him?
Is bad parenting. Every
Yes.
father should tell his son,
Yeah.
son, if one of your friends dies from a drug overdose, you forget they existed. You shut up and don't talk about nothing.
It's beyond, though. He just says, I'm going to the cops. He's threatening
Yes.
this guy, like taunting, like, fuck you, man. I'm going to the cops right now. I'm going to fucking tell the world. La, 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 la.
Stab me. Hey, stab me.
And this
Stab.
dude
He's
is
like live streaming it today.
this dude is instantly stabbed in the gut by Lou Ferrigno. It's fucking great.
Bronson sees it, and then like the guy, he shoots at him, and then the guy runs up.
He starts running away, and it's one of my favorite parts of the movie. Bronson, not for a second does he check in on this boyfriend.
No.
He's just immediately running after this guy. There's a little bit of a shootout here, and this is where I knew at this moment that this movie had my heart.
Yes.
Because Bronson shoots this drug dealer, and this dude falls on the top of a bumper car's cage that's electrified. Fuck me, that's funny.
This was
great.
like the most confusing thing in the world to me because they keep on cutting to bumper cars.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
set it up really awkwardly with the editing. Like they cut back to people having a great wholesome time on bumper cars.
Is he gonna fall through it into the fucking bumper cars?
No, but he falls. I don't even know. This is so much electricity that's going through this thing.
I mean, I don't know how much you need to power a fleet of bumper cars, but like, I'll take it, man. This is fucking awesome. This dude fries right up.
That's true. We killed Ed Gein. We threw him on the top of a bumper car, and 800,000 watts went right through him.
And hey, man, you know what? That's kind of cooler to look at than a boring old chair.
That's true. It probably saves money for the
Got
taxpayers.
all the lawyers with like ice cream and like popcorn.
Well, we were just here. I might as well get some funfetti.
Hot cotton candy.
What, I wasn't supposed to order cotton candy for this execution?
Wait, I'm not supposed to be playing skee ball while this is happening?
Look, it was my lucky day with the darts and balloons. I got myself a nice teddy bear here.
Yeah, it's the size of a house. I'm just
The
dragging
warden
around.
just grasping this huge teddy bear.
Well, you, Ed Gein, you are sentenced to death by the state of Mississippi. Here are 4 tickets for for the raffle later.
Fucking 4 tickets. You can't get nothing with 4 tickets. I got a big fucking comb.
Little question. Are the tickets made of my mother's skin? Because if not, you can burn them. I don't want anything to do with that.
This is the beginning of many times in this movie. There's great ADR. This is the guy's on top of the thing. We hold on this shot for a while. He's jumping around with sparks.
He's fucking jump jiving whale, dude.
And then you just keep hearing these guys go, "Oh my God, turn it off! Turn off the machine! Oh Jesus! Oh God, you gotta turn that off!"
It's so awesome because my thought was like, is it really this difficult to deactivate bumper cars, man?
It's probably a big old switch you throw.
Right? I mean, I remember I worked a fucking shitty job at this indoor like funplex thing called Jeepers 1,000 years ago, and I was the dude who operated the indoor roller coaster.
You were the creepers?
No, that was a good friend of ours who was in a fucking animal suit. But I was like roller coaster dude, and dude, that was one button.
Yes.
It was one fucking button, man.
They know teenagers are working there.
Well, they can't turn it off unless they get a call from the mayor.
Or the governor.
So
This dude's dead.
the cops investigate. Mark Pellegrino shows up out of nowhere.
I love Mark Pellegrino as this like punk guy who has like some information.
Who is this punk talking to the cops? Fucking narc punk. That is. No
Welcome
thanks,
back
narc
to
punk.
Narc Punk.
Looks like
not cool.
Looks like Matthew Lillard and SLC Punk. So yeah,
Yeah,
He's got a
exactly.
little bit of a Dr. Frankenfurter thing going on, not for nothing.
for sure. And he sees Bronson's car. He sees Bronson. He gives the description. He's like, "Talk to you later, cops."
It's fucking awesome because the guy's like, this Mark Pellegrino's like, yeah, it was a blue car or whatever he says. And the guy's like, oh, did you get the license plate? It's like, yeah, I got the last three things, 664, like whatever he says. And the detective is like, do you have anything else? And he goes, no, man, I'm not a fucking detective. That's your job. Fucking awesome.
And there's these two detectives.
Phil is the crooked one.
Yes, Phil and the other one. They're
The other guy, I don't
Yes.
think is really mentioned by name all that
I think I
much.
can
He
pull it
plays
up.
he's the main detective in this who ends up hunting Kersey, but he was also the detective / Laura Dern's father in Blue Velvet.
Oh.
So he's got
yeah,
a
you're right.
detective.
Nice.
The
Pedigree.
Japanese dude is Phil Nozaki.
Yeah.
Right.
Is the one guy, and the other dude is blibbity blow,
Officer Cop.
Detective
Detective Cop.
Reiner.
Oh, Detective Reiner.
Reiner, played by George Dickerson.
Right. So George Dickerson also in Blue Velvet and a couple of other things.
What other
I'm
thing?
not naming them.
Oh, okay.
I'm just assuming he's had a career beyond Blue Velvet and Death Wish 4.
So we go
Yeah.
to the funeral. The mother is obviously very upset. She's like, "It's all my fault." He's like, "No, it's not you. It's those damn drugs."
Listen, Lisa, it's been 2 days. You have to get over this.
Yes, he is kind of like
Yeah, he's like, well, because he's like the old pro. He's like, look, I know what it's like to have a beloved family member murdered.
It's happened to me several times. I know nothing but death and misery.
Let me let you in on a little secret from the pros. Don't take justice into your own hands. It becomes a bit of an addiction.
Also, that's my racket.
Kaboom.
Are you edging into my turf?
He's like, "Oh, you know what you should do? You're a writer. Write a story about it."
Just write about drugs.
Which is one of my favorites in this movie. This woman is about to be out of the movie for about 70 minutes.
she's a journalist, though, right?
But she goes to her the editorial chief. He's like, nobody wants to hear about drugs. What are you talking about? Everybody's doing drugs on the street.
Exactly. She works for the LA Tribune,
Yes.
and the editor is just like, everyone does drugs. Okay, it's like a non-story. Which, thank you.
I was kind of like, yeah, I'm with this editor, dude. Nobody gives a shit.
At the time, no. It's the
Yes.
biggest story in the world. Of course they fucking run it.
Well, especially, again, when a fucking 17-year-old white girl dies,
course.
people are going to give a shit.
Oh,
But it's
right.
like-
That
it's
is
a-
the biggest of
that's
tragedies.
true.
Yes, exactly.
But it's like 87. The newspapers all war on drug shit anyway. Do you
Yes.
need to have another thing? And
Right.
another thing?
I guess.
She goes to a morgue, and this is the most war on drugsy part of
I
this.
Stupid.
love this because it is the dumbest shit in the world.
And again, like she's in the beginning of this movie. 70 minutes elapse without her because it's a Death Wish movie.
Yeah.
And then she's back at the end.
I thought they were going to show her daughter because this whole scene is like, well, you sure you want to see these victims of drugs?
Well, that's what's ridiculous, too.
California cheeseburger.
It's not even like just ODs. It's like,
It's stupid.
this
shit.
girl was selling herself on the street to get drugs.
She was 13, and then a John slit her throat. It's
Yeah,
like not
so
even drug related.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, that's a fucking like sex
It's a
crime.
murder. Yeah.
Oh, this guy over here, this 16-year-old boy was freebasing when the pipe exploded in his face.
That guy
Of
is
course.
fucking great.
Remember, glass pipes just explode like fucking shrapnel bombs.
Every
It will
time.
just destroy your face and murder
Well,
you.
actually, he got a glass pipe from the Joker, and it didn't. Instead of it saying bang, it exploded in his face.
Who's laughing now?
New Joker products.
The best is the little kid, though. He's like, yeah, he tried to rob a convenience store to buy drugs. And it's like, and look
Still,
what
it's-
happened. And like, he pulls the curtain back, and it's just a kid that got shot in the head by some
Yeah.
These are
bodega
all
owner.
economic problems. If that kid had enough money in the family, he could have bought
That-
drugs, no problem. He wouldn't have to do an
Exactly.
armed robbery.
Yeah.
That's right. Smoked a marijuana cigarette once. 10 years later, spontaneous combustion.
And
It
this
stayed
kid,
in his system and turned into fire.
and this kid here, he turned into a jazz musician.
Well, I still have John Belushi's corpse here. Hold on. You want to cover your nose. It's been a couple of years.
Oh Lord!
But then she's like, oh my God, what? These are all just children. He's like, yep, that's drugs.
I am a soulless mortician.
We got Chris Farley warming up in the bullpen. You hang out a few more years.
Oh, wow.
So Bronson goes home. Also, like, there's this one amazing scene where it's before Erica dies. She's like, so the woman is like, the girlfriend is like, so where is this going? It's been 2 years. He's like, oh shit, it's that talk. And then like when Erica dies, he's like, oh fuck, now I'm in it for the long haul.
I was going
I gotta go back. It's like him and George Costanza in a coffee shop. Like, so how long do I have to stay with her after her daughter overdoses on cocaine?
You see, George, I was going to break up with her after that 2-hour movie, which is why I was timing it to see if we'd be home.
The
problem is
before
also-
Erica came home.
Also, she eats popcorn with her mouth open. Disgusting, right?
I was in the pool.
Listen to this one. I'm pretty sure that the ginger ale at the coffee shop is just Coke and Sprite mixed together.
It's funny you should say that. There were lobster in those eggs.
I'm sorry, I cannot spare a square. I do not have a square to spare.
I was fired for having sex with a cleaning woman on my desk, Pally.
Yes, yes, we did make out during Schindler's List, but my parents were in town.
Had I known that was frowned upon.
Oh, fuck. I love it. So Bronson goes home after all this nonsense. He gets an obscene phone call, which is great.
Well, he gets a letter that says, I know who you are, which is great.
He gets a letter that says
He
that?
does,
What
yeah.
was I smoking?
Marijuana.
Pot.
Oh,
Marijuana?
I just remember the phone call. Yes.
No,
I just remember the phone call where the guy's like, is this Charles Bronson? Yeah, I want to meet you.
Well, no, 'cause that's just, I sent you a little letter. He's like, who is this?
I famously don't open mail.
Doesn't that render this kind of moot?
I really love this because then he goes to this dude's house and it's like a Ted Turner-esque figure with
Very
this
Fletch.
mustache. Yeah, I guess.
Like
yeah.
a Fletch setup, I thought for a minute
Yeah.
here.
And he's like, oh, I run the LA Tribune. He's like, oh, my girlfriend works for you. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, she does. She's a great gal. Oh, right, because he's like, you own, because the guy says his name, and he's like, you own newspapers.
His name is Nathan White.
Right. Yeah.
And he's like, oh,
Or so we think.
I do love this twist. We might as well just say
Yeah,
it
yeah, sure.
because later on Charles Bronson eventually goes back to this house and there's another dude there that's like, why, I was in Europe for 3 months. Who are you?
dude, all of a sudden, it's like North by Northwest in this fucking
Yes.
house. Like, no, mother, they didn't give me a chaser.
It's a Hitchcockian film.
But it's almost like a prank. They just kind of sneak into this dude's house. He
I'd love
dresses
it.
up as him. It's great.
Just breaking into someone's house, posing as them, hiring a vigilante.
Multiple times.
Yes.
He meets with this guy multiple times at this
And
house.
he seems to have a staff that's working in the house for him.
Well, he at some point he does say, I think it's like the second or third time, he's like, we will not be able to meet here ever again just because of appearances. Also, the owner of the house is coming home.
The guy who owns this joint's coming back from vacation, so
We're going to have to get out. Hey, Crystal, wake up.
yes.
They kind of got this white guy almost doing a Bronson
Yes.
imitation because he's just like,
Yeah, I don't know what this guy's voice is.
I've spent all my money getting the information on all the drug dealers, 2 of them actually.
We're
that we
not
can't
so
kill them all.
different, you and I.
Well, that's the thing. He's like, either A, he's a rich industrial, whatever, that needs somebody to kill him, kill all these drug dealers, or B, he's a third drug dealer trying to get 2 other drug dealers that are actually running the drug racket killed. And he's like, who can I hire? Should I hire the Yakuza? No. Should I hire the Italian mob? No. What if I got a guy that's, I don't know, 3 years younger than I am? You know, he's only 64 years old. It's like, what are we talking about? Why are you putting so much energy? I know he's the vigilante and all, but he's a fucking old man.
It's kind of amazing because if this guy is like a big so-and-so kingpin, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, theoretically, the fucking Yakuza, some sort of Chinese triad, whatever you want, the Mexican cartels, maybe get them involved. You're in fucking LA. They're
That's
around.
true.
Get some honest to goodness hitmen involved. You know what I mean? Like, again, someone who's under the age of 60.
No. Give me that senior citizen.
Oh,
This
no.
guy is going to get the job done.
Vigilantes always disrupt everything. As everyone knows, this is a pro-mafia podcast.
Yes,
so you go to the
absolutely.
family
Absolutely.
to resolve any issues.
I like an idea of a smoking aces, but everybody's over 60.
Oh, I like this.
It's like Smoking Aces
you
meets
don't, because
the crew.
I can see us doing an episode on that movie.
Obviously, we're
Yes.
trying to inspire people to make more episodes.
Well, actually,
fodder.
wasn't that fucking piece of shit movie?
Red.
No,
That is kind of
I
red.
guess
That is
Red's
red.
kind of like that. What is the movie though? With it's like Christopher Walken. I think Al
7 psychopaths?
Pacino is one of the guys. No. It's like it's not Knockaround.
Is this
guys.
Natalie Wood's death tape?
Oh man. No, there was some movie. It's like Chris Walken and 2 other old guys, and it's like we're all kind of old
I
assassins.
think I kind of know what you're talking about. I don't remember.
Fuck, I mean, it is really bad. It's just like that fucking Alan Arkin, Michael Caine movie we did, where it's like,
Going out in style.
yeah,
Previous
where it's like
episode.
I'm not too old to do my thing.
Yeah,
right.
Oh fuck, it's gonna kill. I will have to look it up later.
Yeah.
So the thing
Stay
is,
tuned for that, apparently. Right?
this guy Nathan White, or is posing as Nathan White, is like, "Oh, my daughter was killed by drug gangs, just like your young friend."
It was also cocaine.
And he's like, how about for the next 50 minutes of the movie, I give you fun character bios and you go into a series of vignettes that kind of don't actually add up to a movie.
And that's all that this movie
And
is.
it's fantastic. It's
Yes.
like kind of a greatest hits almost, like, because again, like this stuff, there is sort of a plot unfolding, but again, you would expect that to like cut back with the mother.
Right.
The mother, by the way, we
Yeah.
find her. She's like, I'm going to do this story. She goes up to Tim Russ and she's like, hey, give me all the information on all your drug dealing pals. And he's like, maybe later. And then that's it.
And then she's gone.
Yes. Because like, it's not a movie at this point. It's really just
Yeah.
a
We
greatest
are
hits montage.
introduced to like I guess this is the Italian mafia with, what was his name?
Zacharias.
I was
Yes,
thinking, that's a Greek
Zacharias.
name to me,
Yeah.
but like, but I guess
Greek mafia.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're just busy running diners, dude.
Yeah, I guess that's a
That was the Greek
racket.
mafia in our hometown. They had the fucking diner racket. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something, man. They did not fuck around.
I
Look.
love lemon potatoes and gyros.
There's still potatoes and there's still meatballs. They're just lamb.
I found it, by the way. The film was from 2012. It's called Stand Up Guys. It's Al Pacino, Christopher Walken, and Alan Arkin.
Blink and you'll never miss
Yeah,
it.
Directed by, you
Adolf-
all get one guess,
Adolf
Lee
Hitler.
an
Thompson.
Academy Award winner.
Ooh.
Ooh, Ben Affleck.
Mostly known for acting, but Ben Affleck is incorrect.
Matt Damon.
No.
Sidney Pollack?
No.
Zach Braff.
Shit. Hold on.
I
It was
Here-
Fisher Stevens, by the way.
wish. Here I am wearing the same shirt as the wallpaper behind me. What
Wait,
the heck?
you said it was an Oscar-nominated actor
Oscar winning.
because
that's
he
right.
won for a documentary producing.
He
Right?
directed it.
Yeah, we did
The Cove, I'm
He
pretty
directed
sure.
it?
I'm pretty sure.
All
Let me
right,
look it up.
All right.
Let
all
me look
right.
it up.
Well,
Just watched an episode of Frasier with Fisher Stevens on it. It was quite delightful.
was he doing brownface?
No, but I learned last night after watching that episode, Chelsea told me he publicly apologized for that. He
That
said
sounds right.
He would not take that movie ever again. If like the role
Right.
came up again, kind of a thing.
Stay tuned for short circuit.
Oh, yes.
God
And-
doesn't
and two.
forgive, neither does Eric.
So there's two gangs. And he's like, well, there's two gangs you want to rub out. I'm not sure who killed your young girlfriend, but it's the Zacharias gang.
I mean, he does have a good point here. He's just like, okay, sure, you killed the pusher, but like, what about the guys behind him? What about the guys that keep putting those
What?
guys out on the street?
What about the guys that are edging into my that killed my daughter?
Exactly. I mean, it turns out to be a whole thing where he's actually trying to move in on the turf and become a new drug lord. But yes, Stevie, what were you saying?
I was just going to say, Eric Siska, correct. Fisher Stevens only
Producer,
produced The
yeah,
Cove. He didn't direct it.
Yeah, he's got money, talent, not so much. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm
Jesus.
joking.
I love Fisher Stevens.
I mean,
dude.
he's great in Hackers as the plague.
Yeah, I'm not a big Fisher Stevens guy. Zacharias, who's got his own gang, and
Right.
the Romero brothers,
Yeah.
who are fun.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love these intros.
It's just the
Because-
best part. It's like you're
because
playing a
they
video.
just-
It's like you're playing a video game.
They say the stupidest, like it's all like he's killed 15 people.
Yep.
He's trafficked from Nicaragua, Guatemala. He also likes to paint portraits on the side.
Dude, the the little like extra details on all of these guys is fucking hilarious.
I heard you paint houses.
He's also known to be a famously bad tipper.
Well, no, the best one is this guy who's
The super achiever.
yes, David Fontano plays. I think what's his name? Frank Boggs, who's like the big,
Boggs, yes.
which is one of my favorite scenes of this movie, which we'll get to. But it's like Frank Boggs is an upwardly mobile, this and that. He's a baritone singer, and he could do this. And I'm like, what on earth are you talking about, movie? It's one of those things that I love in either movies or other mediums, like needless details that actually go nowhere. Like I love the back of a card. You know what I mean? Like
Totally.
I want to know. I want to know what Cyclops' weight is for no reason.
It's just ridiculous though, because it's like this guy pretending to be this other guy.
sure.
Right.
What is his thinking there? And like, I'm going to give these extra details in these bios to get my like competition snuffed out. I don't understand the motivation. It's just fucking hilariously bad screenwriting.
He first he goes to a party at Zacharias's place,
Yes.
and he's dressed as a bartender.
Is this a boat that we're on or no?
It's an estate.
It's an
yeah,
estate.
it's a house and it's like a birthday party, and Zacharias blows out the candles.
Yes.
and
On-
one
It's an
stays-
erotic
on a
cake.
porno cake.
First of all,
Yeah.
let's talk about this birthday
Was
cake.
it a porno cake?
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
it's a
Oh, yeah.
woman. It's a fucking nude woman spread eagle.
The candles are her nipples.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
All right.
the fucking titty tassels are the candles.
Everywhere I look in this world I inhabit is pornography because I live in America. So
I know it when I see it.
I didn't notice it. So he blows out the candles. One of them is not blown out. So
No,
he
but
he
it's a
licks
fucking
it.
badass move.
takes it and he eats it. He
And
eats the
everyone
whole
at this
candle.
party is like, oh my, they're like so
What a
blown away.
badass.
You know-
Oh my God, this guy's a fucking badass.
You know why I licked that one, don't you, everybody? Because that was the vagina kiss.
Yeah.
Was it really?
I think so.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah.
The other guy's like, how's the cake? He's like, not as good as the candle. It's a great line.
Also important to mention right here, Danny Trejo alert, playing an Italian.
Love it.
Danny
Fucking
Trejo
great.
when he was only 48 years old in the late 80s. Because he's not a young man in this film.
No, but he does have a terrible haircut.
It's a bad
But
haircut.
the iconic mustache is in full effect.
Absolutely.
He must have been like 3 years after doing crime because he was like a legit criminal for a really long time.
Right.
Totally.
Well, I guess around when was Bulletproof? I guess that was 88 with Gary Busey.
Yes,
That's
that
a
was
future
after
episode.
this. Yeah.
So he's got all these roles around the same time where he plays like brief
Didn't-
parts of gangster.
Didn't
related.
Michael Mann find him in Thief? I want to say
Possibly. That sounds
he
right.
was one of the
Because
first
that's
guys. To really,
81. so
he
that's-
really he was
yeah.
one of the first guys to find him.
Is that Gary Busey movie the one where he calls somebody butthorn?
Yes, it
Your
actually,
worst nightmare,
He
butthorn.
says that too, Danny Trejo.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, so that is a
Fuck.
absolute stay tuned. It's been a stay tuned for 10 years.
Seriously, I remember greening out to that movie at the old apartment back in the day.
I rewatched it recently, and it is
Oh.
a masterpiece.
How did you find it? Did you get the Sith Wayfinder to fucking find that thing?
I went to I think,
Quick question.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to play a little Price is Right
Please.
here.
Okay.
How many acting credits does Danny Trejo have?
He has 238.
Price is Right rules. If you go under, you don't want to go over.
210.
Danny Trejo has 165 movie credits.
You cowards. 409.
So I win then.
You won. You want the highest. I'm trying to find the first one. It's going to take me.
109.
I did not. I thought I was going way too high. When
You're
I
going to
said
sprain your thumb with all that scrolling.
This is Danny Trejo's first role. He's getting off the train that's coming to the station.
that. Yeah, the Lumiere brothers found this guy in jail, and he thought he was very authentic. Thought
He was going to be hung for stealing chickens.
Yeah, you see that moon there? That's Danny Trejo.
You know when Thomas Edison electrocuted that elephant, Danny Trejo is the one that like pushed the plunger down to fucking set off the electricity.
No. 409.
That's fucking so stupid.
Oh yeah, so this film stars Mary Pickford and Danny Trejo.
It is his 100th film.
He was in the Jazz Singer.
Danny Trejo was in the original cut of Greed, and then they cut it down to
Right.
4.
All the fucking von Stroheim missing reels had Danny Trejo.
He was Hitchcock's first choice for The Lodger back in the early 20s, but there was a scheduling conflict.
I don't know how, but he's in Showa.
No,
Wait a second. What's the first credit?
his first credit actually is in 1983.
1915?
A Jackie Chan 83 a movie called Project A with Jackie Chan in the lead.
I've
That's
heard
a
of
good
it.
movie.
85 he's in a movie called Runaway Train.
Also a great movie.
87
Wait, is Runaway Train the John Voight movie?
Yes, and the Mr. White from this is the evil warden from that.
Oh,
Because
really?
they're both canon pictures.
and then
Oh.
so it's Bulletproof, Penitentiary 3, The Hidden, and
I
Death
remember
Wish
The
4
Hidden.
all in 87. All four of
Jesus.
those movies.
It's a busy year for Danny Trejo.
That's how you get to 409. You're not just fucking sitting around
Right.
doing one movie a year, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Sure.
true.
You are
Sure.
quadrupling up.
that's a great point because he's never. It's not like he's starring in any
No,
movie.
certainly not.
But also, like,
Until
can
Machete.
I want to get like an EGOT, like Trejoing for if you get over 400 credits.
That's what it should be. If you pass 400, you've Trejo'd.
Yes, that's absolutely true. No one
Wow.
can 400. My mind is stopped.
you're going from like set to set. You're doing fucking 2 scenes in each movie. You know what I mean? Like that's the Trejo method, dude.
It's Trejo and Edward G. Robinson. They're the only ones.
Well, see, Danny Trejo almost beat me for the starring role in Scarlet Street.
He's a good boy, though. I worked with him on Key Largo. Him and Bogey got together well.
It was interesting in Shadow of the Vampire. He reprised his role from Nosferatu.
Yeah.
He was the only actor to do that. He was in both.
Oh fuck!
We got Danny Trejo out of retirement for playing Nosferatu.
Max
So
Shrek was a pseudonym for Danny Trejo,
Yes.
obviously.
Of course.
So Red Zacharias plays Bronson is really crappily. This is the thing. This is a series of misadventures for Charles Bronson where he does terrible covert work.
It's awful.
Like,
It's
he's like-
almost as if he shouldn't be doing this.
I'm going to bug all of your phones very slowly. And like the thing is, and I don't know what
Oh, you came home early.
I don't know what the phone bugging means because the guy's like, if we bug their phones, we've got them. And I'm like, got him how?
I
You're
think it's
just
the thing where
killing
you
these people.
know, like, so then, like, this guy as the secret drug kingpin pretending to be this
Yes.
other dude. will know like who all the contacts are.
And
Yeah,
And
also,
can further like wipe out people.
at the end of the movie, when they meet at the oil fields, they know that they're meeting there because of the phone buzzing.
God, that's
so it's like Charles Bronson's able to place where people are going to be.
Yes. So he's bugging these phones as a bartender. The Romero brothers show up. There's a little meeting inside this room where Zacharias is like, "Did you kill my guy?" Which is one of the guys Bronson's already killed. Like, no, it wasn't us. He stabs some other low-level enforcer as like a message.
Yeah, like some guy comes back from a business trip in Colombia and was just like, "Oh, how about that guy that was skimming?" And it's like, "Oh, you were the one skimming." So he stabs that guy. So
With a
yeah.
screwdriver, he drops dead. Hold on, I'm going to pull up some audio here, actually.
During this entire time, Charles Bronson is hiding in
The
what
bathroom.
Steve
The
will
bathroom.
help illustrate for us.
And they're talking about, I mean, the Romero brothers, like they're like, we want peace. We've had peace. There was a war at some point.
That's the thing is this other old guy, the drug kingpin himself, is kind of like the Woody Woodpecker instigator because like there is
Yes.
peace in the Los Angeles drug community.
It's true because it shows you that this like one vigilante guy and one hungry wannabe drug lord
Yeah.
is destroying the stability that exists between these mafia families. And stop it. Let them exist.
Stop fucking with these
We're
people.
ha-
Look, I'm going to say it. Team Romero.
Yeah.
Not Team
Oh,
Zacharias.
yes.
I'm-
No,
I'm
Team
Team
Romero,
Romero.
absolutely. Wait, did you get the audio or
I
what?
did, but I also want to let you guys know, just because we're talking cartoons,
Yeah.
that Mel Blanc was good friends with Danny Trejo way back in the day. They would go,
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
all right. So they stab this guy, and they're like, "Oh, there's some noise in the other room," and they decide to intrude on Bronson, and this is what happens.
What are you doing here? I was just using the toilet.
I was just using the toilet.
Just using the toilet.
I was taking a steamy shit.
It kind of sounds like he's trying to decide if he's going to say toilet, John, or crapper.
Yeah, he does have a little bit of a hesitation there. Like, what would these guys respond to best?
I was using the toilet. That's
Do you,
it, the
now,
toilet.
do you think that's acting like on his part? Like, okay, these
No,
guys,
definitely not.
but these guys are busting in. They're gonna. I should be startled because I'm just the bartender.
Well, he's getting fucked over right here. Like, it's not like a big setup, plan for him to be caught right here.
Yeah,
He's getting caught with his
Yes,
pants down.
Because
Exactly.
he's bad at covert work. So it's like, all right, hey bartender, how about you? We gave you $100. You take this corpse out of here. He's like, sounds good to me.
I love the zero apprehension. It's like, yep, I'll carry the corpse.
But it's awesome because Bronson totally catches a glance between Zacharias and this other hoodlum
Yeah.
who's helping Bronson carry the body.
Yeah, they're gonna
And-
kill him.
Yeah, it's a look of like, yeah, fucking please kill this guy.
Obviously.
This hoodlum is like scared to death that he's on screen.
Yeah.
Because every time you see him, his eyes go buggy. He's like, whoa. Whoa.
It's awesome too. I did not pull audio for this, but when Zacharias is like, well, who the fuck are you? Or whatever, Bronson just goes, my name is Leo. Fucking just yells. Like the emphasis is on Leo. Another terrible delivery. It's great.
He dispatches this dude kind of a lame way. Like he hits him in the stomach and then like hits his head on the thing.
He closed. What
I
are you
like
talking about? He
this.
fucking closes the trunk of a car on this guy's
Yeah, I
neck.
guess that's
That dude
right.
is instantly dead.
Name is
Awesome.
my name is Leo Da Vinci.
I like
then
I
he
like
has
this
to-
shot where
yeah.
he just walks out of the garage. He
Yes,
puts up the
that's-
fucking garage door. and
Dude,
just
he opens the
walks
garage
out.
door and then just fucking hauls ass, and it's hilarious because it's old Charles Bronson running away from the scene
Yeah.
of the crime.
And then the next one's like, all right, you'll have to take out the Romero brothers' 3 big enforcers, who they all love Italian food.
I have it. This is great. They are efficient, always work together, and have a preference for Italian food.
So they're
And then Danny Trejo is one of these people, by the way.
They also, back in 1971, won a Pine Box Derby at their Boy Scouts. Just want to let you know what has been going on.
Looks like they're about to cross the finish line of life.
At least in this situation, saying like, oh, they have like a
Yeah.
preference for Italian food. He knows enough to, I guess, like stake out Italian restaurants or some shit.
Yeah, well, it's LA, so there's 2.
so
He's
they
at Dan Tana's, dude.
fucking
Great
wish.
place.
My brother saw Al Pacino there the other day.
Are you kidding me?
I would have lost my fucking mind.
We dine at Dan Tana's with Mark Sadak, and who was the best we got?
Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, that.
How does anyone recognize Sebastian Bach?
I noticed
You
him.
well, it's you watch a lot of I Love the Blank,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
all over those
I
fucking
was just
things.
gonna say, Chris, Steve Sadak loves himself some VH1 original programming.
Well, no, the story of my brothers, which I'll take credit for because I'm sort of related to him.
This is the legendary
sort
Mark
of?
Sadak, by the
Yes.
way.
He's
Allegedly related.
He's sitting at Dan Tana's, he's on a date or whatever, and there is next to him, he's like, oh shit, that's Sugar Ray Leonard. He's like, holy fuck, that's Sugar Ray Leonard. And then Al Pacino.
It was the guy from Seinfeld instead.
No, but then Al Pacino comes up to talk to Sugar Ray Leonard.
Sugar Ray, it's been a long fucking time.
I love your music.
I love all the times you put with the punching. Oh, the punching.
Wait, so your brother got to witness Al Pacino talking to Sugar Ray Leonard at a restaurant?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I got a 35mm print of your fight.
Poured myself some cognac.
Sugar Ray Leonard double feature.
Fight Festival.
A fucking fight festival.
The 14 fists of Sugar Ray Leonard.
That's an incredible story,
I
though.
know.
What a sighting.
And he kept my brother was very stammered. He wanted to
Release the transcript.
he wanted to bother him, but he didn't. Which I think is the right
Al
move.
Pacino or
can't.
Sugar Ray Leonard?
Al Pacino.
Yeah.
You can't bother any of
You
them.
can't bother anybody.
No.
You just don't bother.
No,
No,
don't do
That's
that.
incredible, though.
So
I'll be down with
Bronson dresses up as a liquor distributor, and you see him kind of in his shitty car fiddling with this bottle of wine. You're like,
love
what
it.
is this all about?
Wine bomb.
Oh,
So these
God
three
damn
dudes-
it! How do you do this? Oh,
I'm-
Eileen's the one who usually uses the goddamn.
And yeah, Chris Cabin bringing up this fictitious Eileen begs the question: who the fuck set this? Like, where did he get this fucking bomb? What are we talking about?
It's a wine bottle that it's a fake wine bottle that unscrews the bottom half,
Right.
and he could put a bomb into, yet it still can pour wine. And he goes into this place, and he's just like, "Yeah, I represent a new little winery up in Napa. Give you a free taste. Oh, your customers might want to taste too."
Boy, this is some egregious like
Yeah,
shit,
pushy.
dude. Holy Christ!
Well, the bartender takes it. It's okay. Kind of tastes like there's a bomb in here. No, don't worry about it.
That TNT.
it's a little bit of a trinitro-toluene
There's a
hint to it.
cartoon stick of dynamite in my glass.
It tastes like oil and ball bearings.
I represent the Acme Company. We are branching into wine.
It's kind of awesome because he goes into this like fucking disgusting Italian restaurant and asks this clearly sleazy bartender
Yeah.
if he's ever been up to Napa, and the guy's like, nah, and he's like, oh, you gotta get up there. It's a beautiful country.
Let me just. So he goes to Danny Trejo and these two other guys, like, gentlemen, can I interest you in some free wine? And Danny Trejo's like, don't I know you? Because I think he saw him at the party.
He did see him because he's getting handled at
Yes.
one point by
Yes.
Zacharias's dudes.
So the guy makes him sit down at the booth, and he's like, don't Trejo makes him sit down at the booth. Not the guy. God, this is the great. Cinema's great. 409 credits.
Fucking 400, fucking 409, dude.
By the time this episode comes out, it's gonna be 459.
Seriously.
So and he's talking to him, and he's like, are you from where are you from? He's like, Idaho. The other guy's like, I got a cousin in Idaho. What shitty?
I'm from North Town.
Boise. And then like the conversation, it takes him like 3 lines to be like, fuck it, I'm going to blow
He
you up.
throws a glass of water in Danny Trejo's face, runs out of the room, and suddenly we get the cheapest looking fake fire thing.
Dude, it is, first of all, it is a dummy
Yes.
of the two of these guys. There's a dummy Danny Trejo.
Do
Who
you
was in
like
200 movies, by the way. That's
Oh
the
my
dummy one.
Do you like red, white, or dead? Kaboom!
That's a good line that you should have used.
This explosion is the fakest fucking MS Paint thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that's crazy to me. If it's just cartoon fire anyway, which it clearly is, why do you need a dummy?
That's a great question.
Because you want to see the
Yes.
thing blow up.
Yeah, I guess so.
And here's the thing, like Canon Pictures, obviously, they spared no expense when it came to outside explosions.
Sure.
right?
Oh,
But
the indoor. Yeah, you got
indoor
the
explosions,
restaurant.
you
This is
know,
a real restaurant they're in.
I watched that documentary. They spared all expenses.
that's a fucking great movie, man.
Great
What's the
doc-
name of it?
Fuck.
Electric
Electric
Boogaloo?
Boogaloo.
The
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo, which actually they go over Bronson being like, I think it's J. Lee Thompson they're interviewing, who's
Probably.
like, Charles, he was really depressed. He had to do a 4th and 5th Death Wish. I remember I talked to him. He was not happy.
Well,
about
because
that.
he got on this thing of like these movies are inspiring violence and like felt bad about it, but I guess didn't feel bad enough to not do these fucking
He made
movies
$4
for a
million bucks
paycheck,
off this movie, dude.
which was like the majority of the film's budget.
Yes.
I believe that.
and
Jesus.
it shows.
Yes, I deplore gun violence. I also love having 7 garages.
Now look forward to my next film, Assassination.
So the next hit is it's like some guy from Vegas who operates out of a video store when he's in LA.
Yes.
And you get this.
Dude, this video store was sending me. I was like, oh, fuck.
Absolutely,
it looks
dude.
beautiful, and we get to see Charles Bronson go in there with an Uzi and just light it up.
They throw cocaine at each other for a little while. It's kind of funny.
Dude, one of the things, by the way, so in this, the main kingpin pretending to be this other guy, when he's listing out the bio for this dude, he's like, yeah, this dude's got a lot of bad things going on. He did time for this, did time for that. Definitely dabbled in child pornography.
Yeah, but what-
definitely did this.
It's like, okay, movie. What does that have to do with anything?
Turns out he makes a good key lime pie.
But it's fucked up to think, though, like, we're told that this dude did a little time for some fucking kiddie porn. And he's at a video store that definitely has a back room. What is going on? Again,
Yeah.
I'm saying Paul Kersey, hero, total hero. He's
Sure.
killing a child pornographer right
In
now.
a video store in the 80s, you go behind the beaded curtain, you see the regular pornography, and then you go to the guy and say, what else you got?
The what else you got, dude? Absolutely. And that sends a sign to that guy to open the vault. And then it's Patrick Swayze, Kiddie Porn Dungeon from Donnie Darko.
Not that I
Kiddie
ever
Porn
did
Dungeon.
that. So he's dead. Now then we get the Frank Broggs. This is one of my favorite sequences.
I love it. Was this dude in anything else? Because this guy's got a great presence.
Has been in some
He's
other
been in a ton of
stuff.
stuff. It looks like there's a lot of episodes of The Good Wife, it seems.
Also, they're saying Boggs, which is great because I'm just thinking of fucking little old Wade Boggs,
yes.
third baseman for the Yankees.
And so this guy is like, it's him and his girlfriend. They're going to go to the opera, and he's treating his girlfriend
This
like
is
shit. It's a great
It's
Lockhorns
so
bit.
funny.
But it's a whole, like, the two of them are just trading, like,
she says like, how do I look? And he says like
like
shit.
shit. But then she's like, you're a fucking scumbag. Like, it's just like the back and forth kvetching.
You eat like a hog or something. Like he calls her a pig or a hog at some point.
Drop dead, why don't you? This is a great part. They're having this fight. They're getting ready to go to the opera or whatever they're going. And she says, drop dead, why don't you?
Yeah, he forgets the tickets upstairs, so he has to go back.
But this drop dead, why don't you thing, it's like this
comes
woman saunters towards the camera and it's just like boobs.
Oh, the boobs are great. They're everywhere. But it's also the thing is like Bronson's like, I will wait in the hallway, and then when they leave, I shall put the bug on the phone. And like Bronson, the move is you always wait if you're waiting for your parents to leave to go out or whatever. You wait 15 minutes for the obvious key problem.
You
There's
got to see the car leave. First
exactly.
Of all.
Exactly.
You can't just start fucking around in this guy's apartment.
And that's exactly what happens. This dude, they get down to the car. He fucking insults this woman some more. She throws it back at him. And then he's like, oh, I forgot the fucking tickets. I got to go back upstairs. And Bronson's totally called his fucking pants down.
Yet again, he's like, oh shit, I was just trying to put the bug on your phone.
No, he walks into the kitchen and sees Bronson there.
Oh,
and he's
yes.
like, I was making a sandwich.
Which is
Dude,
great. And he
fantastic.
fucking whips the oven door down on this dude because the dude's got a gun on him.
Yeah.
He whips the oven door down to make him drop the gun. He kind of like pushes him a little bit and,
And this
runs
dude's
away.
built like a fucking linebacker too. He's a big guy.
Totally.
Huge, yeah.
Bane.
Awesome.
He starts throwing him into like these like the like little bar carts and
Dude.
and shelving he has.
Great 80s Coke apartment. Everything is
Yeah.
glass and sheen and
this
shimmering.
apartment is fucking très magnifique, man. It's fucking awesome.
Sadly, we don't see the Coke room.
No.
Every apartment had one at the time.
But the balcony is great and
It
it's
is
got a good
fantastic.
view.
He shoves this Bronson gets the upper hand at some point, shoves this dude's head into a television set.
it's great. It's fucking awesome.
And that's what these plasma screens are good. You know, you get your head shoved into a plasma screen, it'll hurt, but it's not gonna like shatter and cut your fucking
this
main
dude's
artery.
like fucking Tony Goldwyn at the end of Ghost, dude. I mean, he's got like glass hanging out of his shoulders.
And then the fourth dummy in 20 minutes.
Mhm.
I have a dummy count, by the way.
Is that right? Don't spoil it.
So we're up to 4 dummies. This dummy goes over the balcony, and you're
It's so good. It's so good. It's so canon. Wait a second, though. So that's dummy number 1. Yeah,
Yes.
the 2 dummies. It was Danny
There's
Trejo
3
and other
dummies.
dummy.
There's 3 dummies there.
Oh, there were
Yeah.
3 dummies there?
Yes, 3 dudes. So we're up to
Oh.
4 dummies here.
That's fucking
This is
cool.
more dummies than a Jeff Dunham special.
We got more dummies than a Jeff Dunham special. He hacked.
Isn't that right, Peanut?
Yeah, shut up. I'm Peanut. That's my impression of a fucking Jeff Dunham doll.
I would love to watch Charles Bronson versus Ahmed the Dead Terrorist just to take that dummy out of commission.
God damn, man. I can't believe that racist still gets work.
A lot of work, apparently.
Stop booking these comics.
Don't tell him that because Nad's going to be like Ahmed the Resurrected fucking
Yeah,
terrorist
that's-
or something.
I'm sure there's some horse shit. So the next one is
Wait a
what?
second. Hold the phone.
Sure.
Yes, we see a dummy plummet out a window.
Mhm.
We
Hits the
also
hood of the
have
car,
the great
it's
thing
great.
of this woman is still just. We cut back to her in this car complaining to, I guess, Ronnie the limo driver.
Yeah.
Anyone who will fucking listen with this lady. And she's like, he's a scumbag. I wish he would drop dead.
Yeah.
And this dude lands on the windshield. Fuck, that's awesome.
Pretty great. And then the cops show up because the cops have been tailing Bronson because they're kind of like cold on his trail.
Nozaki and other guy.
Yes. And Mizaki sees
Nozaki. With an N.
Nozaki sees Bronson very gingerly walk to his car.
What? This is, it's, it is astounding, dude. He goes in like, anticipating I'm only going to put these bugs, whatever. But like, you should plan for what if I have to kill somebody because he is parked right in front of
Yes.
the hotel.
Like, you know what, dude? Walk for like 3 blocks. I know it's LA, they're
Exactly.
long blocks. I understand it. But you've got to give us some room.
It's insane. He's just right there. And so Phil Nozaki sees him.
I parked in the handicapped parking spot because I'm a senior citizen and nobody gives me guff.
Do something about it. I dare you.
Oh, no. Someone is looking at me. I'll walk with a limp for a second.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't have my license plate say Kersey 1.
By the way, 100% my dad totally did that one time.
Oh,
Really?
man.
Of course.
Parked in a handicap spot. It was like, it was admittedly we're going to run in and out. Doesn't make it right. And I was like, Dad, that's a handicap spot. And he immediately acted into a hard limp walking the parking lot.
Dude, he's Kaiser Soze, man.
Absolutely, dude. This dude spies him.
Nozaki, and again, Nozaki goes to Zacharias and he's like, I know who your trouble is.
By the way, because Nozaki's crooked.
Yeah, she's crooked. He's like, you find out here. He's like, oh, I know who your trouble is. We can take him out. And he's like, you do it. It's like, but I don't kill people. He's like, now you do. And he goes to Bronson's architectural firm after hours. His secretary, whomever leaves,
See you tomorrow, Stacy.
I'll just put on the world's largest glasses to do some real architecture work.
Are these like, and fans of the show
Bound
who-
in human flesh and written in blood. That's what his architecture is.
No, I was going to say fans of the show who are hip to architecture culture. Are these like architect glasses? Because
Yes.
it looks like he's ready to use a buzzsaw.
Yeah.
Like they look like safety goggles, but he's just looking at drawings.
And Nozaki shows up. He's like, "Ha, Bronson, I've got the upper hand now." And like, they go back and forth. It's like, who are you working for? Who are you working? He's like, nobody. Hey, guess what? I'm going to shoot you through an architecture table in the middle of my office, and then also somehow bring you to a barren field.
He's found miles away, dropped on the side of a road. fine. But we see how Phil Nozaki gets lit the fuck up in
It's
this
nice.
office. Where is the cleanup crew here?
I guess it's just him.
Sorry,
Kersey.
everybody. I was eating strawberry jam last night in the break room, and then I fell over.
Yeah, the jaw exploded.
He's feverishly calling people like, fumigation. The office is closed for the next week.
Hey, guess
Paid
what?
vacation.
Yeah, exactly. And Christmas break came early.
I got so excited about the jam that I just started wildly running around and hitting things.
Oh, and I got some human hair all over the place.
There's a great quick scene where Bronson has to check in with this dude who's hired him,
Yeah.
right? And it's supposed to be, and I love this, it is supposed to be Bronson meeting this dude at like a public movie theater.
I
It is
love this.
clearly the Golden and Globus screening room.
Yes.
It is clearly a private screening. It's the fucking funniest thing. I'm like, there is no movie theater in the late 80s that had glorious chairs like this that was open to the public.
And that's also 4 rows deep, period.
Yeah.
Totally. It's so fucking funny. But yeah, he sort of meets with him and he's like, yeah, so far I killed this guy and this guy and I threw that guy out a window.
Oh, you know all those covert operations you keep sending me on? They end in the murder of the person I'm supposed to surveil.
What are we watching here? What is this? Is this a fancy movie? I
it's
haven't been to the theater in a
no,
while.
it's a Swedish movie. People bring, to dates. People bring people here to this.
Oh.
Hold on.
Totally.
Is that Danny Trejo up there?
Why,
Man, that guy was in
Oh,
everything.
yeah, it's a classic film. It's,
why are you keeping your popcorn bucket over your crotch?
it's Modern Times with Charlie Chaplin and Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Danny also wanted to go through the gears, but Charles was very specific that it was just his character, the tramp, that would go through all of the gears of the machine.
Yeah, he stood in the background with a giant wrench.
And not many people know it, but in The Great Dictator, Charlie Chaplin played the fake Hitler. Danny Trejo played the real Hitler.
I'm just, I very rarely do this, but if I don't get some fucking sick Photoshop art of all of this shit, you're all dead to me. That's it. That's it.
He's talking to you, listener land, not the 3 talentless drawing hacks in this room.
I mean, you can't see him, but he is in All Quiet on the Western Front.
So Bronson has to infiltrate this factory because it's like if you go to the back room of this factory,
It's like
this
this
is like
fishery thing. It's amazing.
It is
yeah, like a fish factory.
It's a fishery that makes pet food, and like Bronson
Yes.
signs up like, oh, they have a bunch of day laborers, you'll be fine. I kind of just want to watch. I'm making fancy feast for cats. It is me.
Pow, meow mix.
he should
I
at
better
least,
add extra gravy.
he should at least fucking like have to spend a couple days
Yes.
working the floor. He's getting to know some of the guys working
Oh,
at the
sure.
factory. Instead, he goes in, he immediately starts like heading towards the back room. Some guy's like, hey, what are you doing here? What's your name? He's like, oh, I'm new. The guy goes, what's your name? And it's one of the funniest things. Bronson goes, Davis Kipple, and knees this guy in the balls.
Oh, dude, you didn't know who the guy was? I'm shocked. You're off your game.
What? Who is the guy that he says Davis Kipple to?
It's Skinner from the X-Files.
It is.
No, it's Mitch Pileggi.
Mitch Pileggi.
That's Mitch Pileggi himself.
I didn't catch it. So in the back there, they're fucking cutting cocaine out of fish.
Brilliant
and
move.
stacking because they've been, I guess, shipping it from wherever
Hey,
through
do you-
fish.
I love the Romero Brothers cocaine. It gets you really high in a cocaine
Yeah,
way. I
definitely.
can listen to
Of
awesome
course.
music. It's got a fishy smell, kind of,
Yeah.
right? Like I like it, but it just, I don't know, like it just smells like fish.
It's so weird. Like I snort it and I feel fucking great and I'm ready to take on the world, but at the same time, I instantly feel like I'm hanging out on the docks.
But like, but you know what? It's better. I'm complaining. The Zacharias one that smells like condoms and assholes. That's much better. I like that one much better.
You know, that's just a new fragrance called The Beach.
New Zacharias cocaine fragrance. It's the beach. You'll smell like condoms and assholes.
Jackie, it's my face. It's from the smoking. I think I got a case against the tobacco companies.
Oh yes. Well, I had sex with your wife.
The jerk store called and they're all out of you.
Okay, Mr. Zacharias, why don't you just tell me the movie you'd like to see? But like, yeah, I mean, like, fuck it. I mean, I know that it's all bagged up, but fucking out of a fish, there's gonna be a smell.
I think you're right, dude. And you know what? I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate fishy drugs, man.
Tell me, Steve, what do you think they do with the drugs after they take it out of the fish?
I mean, rinse it off, I guess.
Yeah.
Rinse it off.
Well, it's in like plastic,
they rinse the bag, and they probably break it up and do other stuff to it. But it's
well, you got to put a bunch of fucking, Tilex in
It
there.
just sounded like you knew exactly what was going to happen.
Look, I've lived a life. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay.
But
The
this
mule was based on you?
This is one of my favorite sequences. Of the
Only
movie.
the threesome scene.
Oh, dude, fucking Clint Eastwood, two fucking young prostitutes. No, thank you.
Yeah,
That movie.
Let me just take my teeth out for a second. Yeah, it's pretty glamorous. Speaking of fish, seeing you two young ladies makes my blood boil in my dick, which gives me an erection.
Did you know there was 2 lines of Batman back in the 1970s? One, he had a red cape, and the other one, he had a black cape.
pass the cocaine.
Isn't it weird that Diane Wiest is 40 years younger than me, but she dies in this movie, and yet I'm having threesomes? Well, what with me being the titular mule and all.
So this starts off. Bronson starts,
He throws like a bomb.
he fucking Uzis the shit out of all these dudes.
Yes, that's right.
Great Uzi scene. It's the 80s. I love an Uzi scene.
I do too, but let me tell you something.
Absolutely.
When we are receiving drugs and like getting them ready for transport, whatever else, and you got these guys in the back of a warehouse, and I don't see one naked person.
Yeah.
Like these dudes are all in like, work suits and whatnot. They're skimming off the top.
Yes.
Yep.
You got to keep these people fucking
Yeah.
naked,
So
man.
it's-
The operation wasn't tight yet. You have to give it some time.
It's fucked up.
So it's good that Paul Kersey just shoots all these people in this factory.
Well, especially the people in the front that are making the fucking cat food, man.
Poor
Like,
people.
Those dudes are like, wait, what's going on?
I'm
back
just
there?
making whiskas here. Excuse me.
Yeah, the manager of the Whiskas factory comes in, sees all the blown up fish, and says, "We're ruined."
And then one person's like, but how are the cats going to eat now? How are the cats
Oh
going
no, I mixed up the cat food and the cocaine. All these cats are fucking wired, man.
Cocaine kitty.
News at 9: 700,000 cats have died in the L.A. area.
No, they're fucking crazy, wild, coked up cats, dude. It's like that movie White God.
Yes.
There's all these cats are listening to the Eurythmics on loop.
One of my favorite parts of this film is right here because Charles Bronson, again, qualifies for getting a fucking coffee at McDonald's for 68 cents. At
Absolutely.
This point. Fucking fights an entire factory floor of people.
It's actually a pretty well directed sequence in terms of an action thing.
This movie, on the whole, I will say, is well directed because this dude has the experience, J. Lee Thompson.
Yes.
So it does feel well directed,
It's
even
less-
though it's a shitty movie.
It's
But
less
yeah.
gritty than the Michael Winner joints.
Yeah.
But it makes up with it with like pretty competent action stuff, I think. And this is one of them. And like, yeah, he's going through, he's like fighting all these people and all this stuff. There is this great, like, again, more bad ADR where there's an above a PA system that's like, get him. Hey,
Yes.
everyone, get him.
$1,000 for the man who takes the life of the vigilante.
It's like, okay, that makes sense why these people will turn into zombie.
Oh, he's shooting me now. Oh, God. Oh, no. Call it off.
Attention, Whiskas employees. If you look under your desk, there will be rifles. Get him.
So this dude, Detective Reiner, finds out that Phil Nazaki's been murdered. He's suspicious of Bronson the whole film, kind of a thing.
Yes.
So he's like, that's it. I'm out now for the vigilante, blah, blah, blah. He shows up at Bronson's house around here.
This is the oil field scene is first.
Is it first? Okay, so the oil field. So this is like the Zacharias gang calls the Italian dudes, and they're like, "All right, we got to get together. We got to figure this out. Let's meet at the oil fields after school."
Well, the guy is like, Zacharias is like, let's meet at Tony's place in the middle of the day. And
No. It's got to be neutral ground.
How about a place where there's nobody there and you could bring whatever weapons you like?
Perfect.
Like, I don't know. What about the McDonald's on fucking Wilshire Boulevard? You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Let's go by the playpen and just talk it out.
Can't have a chain fight in a McDonald's.
That is true. I have tried.
So these two sides meet up. Bronson has a sniper rifle. He's watching. Very lethal weapon, by the way.
High-powered sniper rifle.
Lethal weapon 87 or earlier, later?
I think 87 actually sounds right.
I'll look it up.
The same year as this very motion picture.
Wow.
That's going to turn into a Who Ripped Off Whom.
87, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Like, seriously, but I have no one to talk to.
I wish I was in a sequel where there was a bomb on a toilet and I just had to sit on the toilet.
I tested for the role of Riggs, but they asked me to cry, and that's just not happening.
I was born without the use of my tear ducts.
I gotta say, I was just thinking because we were talking about factories and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
good role for Charles Bronson if he did it like a bad like Bukowski kind of a thing, like a barfly kind of a scenario.
Oh, sure.
That could have got him an Oscar, right? Like you know.
I was confused for a second because Charles Bronson's real name was Charles Buczynski.
Exactly. He's like right there. He's like, oh, I've been working this
Chinaski,
Yeah,
right? He
Henry
could work at
Chinaski.
the post office. You know, I am delivering mail and having sex with some women. The Post Office by Charles Bukowski.
And I'm drinking a lot, by the way. And like, I believe that guy has lived that life.
Absolutely.
Totally.
The problem is my voice and behavior do not change as I am high or drunk. It's always this.
To all my friends. To all my friends.
So it's a setup. Well, Zacharias is like, look, we're being set up. The Romero brothers don't buy it, but it doesn't matter because Bronson just shoots one of them with the
All he
sniper.
needs is the one bullet, dude. And then these motherfuckers, what a genius plan by Charles Bronson here. They all
Purple
start,
monkey dishwasher.
they all just start killing each other. It's fucking great.
And it's a tremendous
It's a setup. It's a setup. And they start shooting each other. So yeah, it's like the whole. And funny enough, we cut back to our detective, the one from Blue Velvet. I don't know, the
Reiner,
one that's
Detective
alive. And his boss is like, I told you, stay off the vigilante. There's a gang war going on. It's kind of brilliant that he's orchestrating this gang war instead.
The thing is, this whole thing is kind of too smart for this character to
It is.
come up with.
Well, I guess because it's really this fake Nathan White's.
Yes. Well, it's a ripoff of Yojimbo and
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and also that terrible Bruce Willis movie, Last Man Standing.
oh, that's a stay the fuck tuned for the bathtub scene alone, dude.
And like it's a lot of great deaths here. We're shooting everything.
Fantastic executions
This
up
is-
and down the board.
But the Last Man Stand, Zacharias is number one up to this point. Drives off. He's like, Jimmy, no. Or
It's Nick. And
Yeah.
I the only reason I remember it is because I was laughing my tits off. This entire sequence is Zacharias, who is kind of like a Nick Tortelli.
Yeah. Oh,
The dad in
Hedaya.
Clueless.
Dan Hedaya.
He's kind of like a poor man's Dan
yeah,
Hedaya.
definitely.
And he's limping through this oil field yelling after this fucking driver. He's like, Nick! Nick! Like he's just yelling Nick like 12 times.
Bronson shoots him in the leg, and then he comes up to him, and he shows him a picture of Erica, and he's like, I don't even know this. By the way, this was, and I know this for a fact, the WPIX 11 promo for this feature
Well done, dude.
had
Wow.
this, because this part is burned into my brain, where he shows him the picture, he goes, I don't even know this girl. And he goes, I did. And he shoots him.
Yep.
Totally all over the previews. There was a lot of Bronson on WPIX, by the way.
Wow.
Just an FYI.
Wow, I was watching the wrong channel back in 1994. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
So he's dead, and you're like, oh,
Yes.
cool, the movie's over. And he goes up to he calls Nathan White. He's like, "Hey, you're totally Nathan White, right?" And he's like, "Absolutely." He's like,
You got it.
and he's like, "Well, let's meet up and celebrate." He's like, "Yeah, why don't you come to my golf course?" He's like, "Excellent, I shall do that." And he goes to this limousine and like, "Right this way, Mr. Bronson." Like, this is all on Nathan White, or the criminal who is Nathan White.
Yes.
It's like, "Right this way, Mr. Bronson." They put him in the fucking limo. He doesn't know anything because he's dumb as fucking dirt vigilante. He's sitting in the back. Fucking wind is going between his ears while the guy is running. The driver gets into another car and he's like, "Well, that's pretty odd."
His internal monologue is like, is there a draft in here?
Well, that's not the wallet inspector.
Dude, it is astounding. Like watching this character watch what this supposed limo driver is doing.
Yeah.
And it's like the car comes up and he still hasn't put it together. He's like, wait a minute.
He's like, "Hey, hey." And he's yelling, "Hey." And the door is locked, obviously. And I don't know who set this bomb to blow up, but a 55-minute timer was more than needed.
Also, what is this fucking monkey shit, man? That this fucking limo driver doesn't pat this dude down? Bronson whips out his gun and shoots out the window and escapes.
And he gets through, and then he has time as a 90-year-old man to get out of the car, walk a safe distance, and then the bomb explodes. Like, come on, guys. This is when he goes home. He goes to he goes back to Nathan White's place.
This is the North by Northwest scene.
Yes, it's also kind of very Lebowski-esque a little bit.
Yeah, I was also feeling a little bit of Lebowski right here. The bum's lost, Bronson.
Because he comes in like raving like a lunatic. He's like, "I killed everyone you told me to." And they're like, "Wait, who are you?"
Oh, it's so awesome. And yeah, some old fucking skeleton is like, "I'm Nathan White and I've been in Europe for the past month.
And this house smells like cigarettes."
So to him, it sounds like someone's been reading his newspaper and like murdering everyone. There's clues inside of it or something.
Young man, I don't even know what a wine bomb is.
And then it's so like the pacing of the rest of this movie is weird because that happens and he's like, "Oh, weird,"
Yeah.
and leaves. Then he's immediately arrested by what turns out to be fake police officers.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
So it's like the same thing of him escaping a car all over again.
This movie has kind of too much going on in it, even though it's like not that long.
No, but it kind of like at this point you're like, I'm kind of done with the movie.
That's the thing,
Exactly.
because when this happened, I texted you guys this last night. Like when the twist happened, I was like, the last 20 minutes of this movie is fucking crazy. And then I had to go to the bathroom and I paused it and I was like, oh fuck, there's another half an hour left of this
like,
movie. Oh shit.
The oil field feels like the end of the movie.
It should just
Because
be.
what a spectacular ending it is.
You know what? You could just have that gang war and then have the fake Nathan White come out and then have that confrontation right then and there.
Exactly.
At the oil fields,
Yeah.
exactly.
But then he's like, "Oh, I'm in the back seat of a car. Wait, you said we're going downtown, but we're going west. Hold on."
Yeah, which was hilarious. And then he's like, "Oh, don't I know you from the precinct on Sunset Boulevard or whatever?" And the guy's like, yeah, maybe."
And he uses
Well, to get there, you want to take the 405 to the 110. What are you doing?
I would love it if in the fifth Death Wish, like a taxi comes to pick up Paul Kersey. He's like, buddy, getting back. And he's like, I don't get in the back in the cars anymore.
I am constantly riding shotgun. I don't sit.
I get trapped in the back seats of cars often, Mr. Taxi Driver.
Also, I like any seat that sounds like a gun. Shotgun, the best seat in the house.
Are the back ones pistols?
So he's like fucking with these dudes who are pretending to be cops, and like they wind up flipping this car.
Yes.
Bronson, of course, escapes unscathed.
He kicks out the fucking mesh, whatever. And I'm like, not this old man and these fucking old man New Balances he has on.
Dude, yes, thank you. Because the car flips over and like Bronson opens the door and the first thing you see to get out is his fucking orthopedic sneakers. Yes, please. Yes, please.
With
The
Velcro
cops-
and the whole bit.
Yeah.
The cops are like unconscious or dead, and he uses their key to undo the handcuffs. And
He
Right,
goes
right,
home.
right.
He gets confronted by the real detective. He's like, now I've got you, blah, blah, blah. While this is happening, The fake Nathan White also has dropped the pretense of like this hoity-toity accent, and he's just talking like this now.
Yeah,
and he's got
it's ridiculous.
He was
I
wearing.
love it.
He was wearing a suit before. He's like, fuck this suit. I need my sweatsuit. And he's got this
Yep.
enormous chain. It's
Yeah.
a great turn by
I think
this
he even
actor.
has like a collar popped or something. He looks fucking ridiculous. He looks very 80s crime lord, which is cool.
I could eat a peach for hours. I could eat a peach for hours.
The dude has this fucking hilarious moment though where he gets a phone call about like the police, like the fake police cock up that happened or whatever. And he hangs up the phone and it's just one of those things where it's like the director didn't call cut, the actor didn't know what to do, and they left the whole fucking thing in the film anyway because the guy hangs up the phone and he's sort of just like leans back in his chair like he's coming. Did you
Yeah.
fucking see this? I'm like, cut. This is the end of the scene. The guy like doesn't know what to do.
And then he's like, oh, wait, we got to get Bronson. Hey, how about that woman from Act 1? And like, Act 1? Like, yeah.
He'll remember.
The dead people, the dead kids. You remember the dead kids?
Right. So Tim Russ calls her up. I was like, yeah, I've got information. Come outside. She leaves the thing. She gets kidnapped immediately. She's back in the movie for 30 seconds.
Yep.
Gets fucking kidnapped.
Absolutely.
Bronson is held up by this guy Reiner, and then
So did she ever write that story?
I guess not. That huge
Oh,
expose.
Damn.
Yeah, it did not turn the tide in the war on drugs. Sadly enough.
I can't recall where this exactly happens. It's somewhere around here. I think it's this fake Mr. White guy calling Bronson to tell him that he's got the lady. And he has to, we hear Charles Bronson's answering machine message, and then it's this drug dealer leaving a message on his answering machine.
When he gets home, he's going to be really pissed, is what I'm going to say.
Don't know when you're going to get this. Just want to let you know we got your girlfriend Karen kidnapped. Call me back. I've never seen a movie where the villain is leaving a message on the hero's answering machine.
Oh shit!
like
I
this.
hate these things. Hi. The one was saying hi. It's not casual. Hello. This is
All right, I messed that up. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna break into Charles Bronson's place. If he comes around, you yell "tippy toes" or no, lemon tree. And I'm gonna switch out the tape because I was on there like Mussolini at the balcony.
Tippy toe, tippy toe, tippy toe.
Hold on. We're gonna sneak a marble ride back into your apartment building.
Going to take the fishing wire and put it down. You're going to hook it up to the rye.
This mission should call on my old friend, Art Vandelay.
So he gets
My
the message.
architectural associate.
I was wanting to be an architect. So he gets the drop of the detective that knocks the detective out. And this is the final scene and it's almost thematic. You know what I mean? Congratulations.
Almost.
Because it's a parking garage and you're like, oh, the dream sequence, that's death, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But then it's not the last scene in the movie by a long shot, so
Like,
it's
good
useless.
God, it's almost like end already.
Yes.
But you have to have just the ubiquitous scene of, again, him driving around in this fucking hilarious sedan that he's got through this whole movie. Like, give this guy a cool car, man. He's driving on this boxy fucking Buick piece of shit.
Well,
And they're like,
for 87, it might have been pretty cool.
Oh,
they're like, oh,
we love
come on.
Boxy.
They flash their lights like, come over here. That's where we have the girl. And he drives, and all these people shred his car. It's obviously empty.
right.
And Bronson's got he doesn't have the Magnum in this movie, but he's got this fucking, I don't even know, this Terminator gun that's a machine gun with a grenade launcher on it.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's fantastic.
Love it.
He lights these dudes up. Tim Russ is like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Which is and this is the fifth dummy.
Yeah,
Is
you're right.
Tim Russ in a car, and Bronson's like, kaboom, and blows this dude up.
Not so fast.
I guess because he has to get him. Like, you
Of
don't know-
course.
Also, like, again, Bronson, you don't know what the situation is. Maybe your girlfriend's in the back seat. Like, you're just
That's
you're
very
just
true.
But he was,
creating-
but he was on the list. You do not understand.
Yeah, the two
If he
kill
is
list.
on the list, he must die.
Even if she was, I'm used to loss.
So fake Nathan White and a couple of the remaining hoods go to a roller rink, which is right above.
Yep.
How did the people in this roller rink not hear the fucking multiple explosions happening like 2 floors below them? And this is, I have to say, some superb roller rink footage right
Yes.
here.
Oh,
This is some
totally.
sexy roller skating,
You
man.
wish you're in the 1980s roller skating, my friend.
I love all of this. It's sexy roller skating. We get a fucking pan off of the roller rink into the arcade where a woman is playing Ms. Pac-Man.
You know, I never heard all these explosions, and you dropped the bomb on me the first time I heard it. It's really cool what they do with the production.
Hey, honey, I got a kill screen on Donkey Kong, and I heard the ground shook.
It's so just a completely different movie right now.
It
and
is.
I love it.
And Bronson is walking around with this enormous gun in this roller ring.
oh man.
He shoots one dude, and like everyone starts to and like, wouldn't you think? I mean, I know Bronson again, or Paul Kersey is a fucking bloodthirsty maniac.
Sure.
You come out, you're like, oh shit, it's a whole totally packed roller rink.
Maybe I shouldn't be firing this weapon.
No.
Maybe I'll pull the fire alarm to get the people out.
Yeah.
They would hear the guns better, so I'll just shoot into the crowd indiscriminately.
He is totally. And he's like, you look like a bad guy. You too.
Blammo.
Yeah, exactly.
I also
Oh wait, you were
love
just trying to light a cigarette in this roller rink. Well, now you're dead.
Close enough.
fake Mr. White and like his number 2 dude trying to play it cool walking through the roller rink
Yes.
to not be suspicious. Mwah.
It's great. And then like there's like this weird thing again. This should be also the end of the movie. It's the roller rink empties out.
Mass panic at the roller rink.
Now the lights go off and there's smoke everywhere and you don't know where anything is. Bronson gets the drop on the number 2 and I'm like, that's the end of the movie, everybody. But no, it's like, I'm gonna take her outside now. And it's like,
All right.
he takes her outside and it's just Bronson and fake Nathan White. He's like,
They're
I'm gonna take her back inside now.
They're in some outside like some office park. It looks like Century City. Like
It
I don't know where
does.
they were filming
it's
this.
definitely
really.
not wherever the roller rink was.
No.
And it's like, hey, back off, Bronson. I'll shoot her. I will shoot her.
I told you I'd kill her.
Well,
I love that line.
She scratches his face and runs away. He shoots her in the back with a machine gun, and like
She
She's
fucking
confetti.
gets roasted.
It's fucking
dude.
great. And then that's where he starts yelling, I warned you I would kill her. I warned you I would kill her.
and we think Bronson's like, oh, you know, he's right. He's got me there. I'm not gonna kill this guy. He gave me the heads up.
Seriously, I mean, he shouldn't have shot her because
No.
then Bronson just shoots him with a fucking rocket.
Which I don't think he would have done had it not been for the murder. So
You have to show something because his emotional response to it is if he lost a raffle.
It really is like, oh, that's unfortunate. By the way, 6th dummy of the film.
oh
6th
man,
and final dummy.
well done, dude, with the dummy counting.
I love he explodes and then Reiner and like he and this is the thing, like in a movie he should go up to her and be like, oh, my sweet Jessica or whatever her name
He
was.
doesn't acknowledge corpses, dude. He didn't look at that fucking dead boy either.
And
He doesn't give a shit.
Reiner gets the drop on him and he's like, cool it, Kersey. You're outnumbered. I got you. And Kersey drops his gun and he just goes, I'll shoot, Kersey. I'll shoot. And he goes, do whatever you have to do.
Well done.
Yeah.
And he finds a walking bridge, and that's the movie, dude.
That's the movie. It's fucking over with. And what you're
Why
left with.
doesn't he shoot him in the back?
Wow. I guess he's like one of those rare good cops you see. every once in a
You're
while.
right. My partner that I loved, he was crooked. Yep, that's right. Yeah, I for
Well,
no reason I'm convinced now.
I mean, there is that weird scene where he's trying to convince this dude
Yeah, that he was
that
crooked.
Nozaki was crooked, and the dude doesn't buy it.
So,
But, yeah.
and then
I don't
nothing
know.
happens, and he does.
Except something miraculous happens, dude, which is the totally inappropriate insertion of some of these sexiest saxophones.
Oh, it's a saxophone.
This side of pornography, man. Oh, fuck, it's
I
great.
love it.
He's walking across the walking bridge. The saxophone kicks in. Death wish for the crackdown.
well done.
Is he working on is Paul Kersey? I'm asking here. Is he
what kind of building is what you're gonna
No,
ask?
is he working on
architecture?
a dead wife project, not unlike Sufjan Stevens' state project, where he wants a dead wife in each state?
I'm going to have 50 dead wives.
Fucking bullshit. He finish off 50, asshole.
Well, much like Sufjan, he just goes back to New York and Los Angeles.
Do a Chicago every once in a while.
And that, of course, is Death Wish for the Crackdown. Would anybody recommend this movie?
It's a hearty recommend. It's got all the problems of the entire Death Wish series. The way women are treated is deplorable. But if you like shitty canon movies, you like explosions, you like dummies, this is the movie for you, ladies and gentlemen. And it's great Bronson. He's kind of also barely in this movie a little bit. Like a lot of it is just this narration of this guy.
Yes, we do have a lot. Because of that narration, we have a lot of scenes of like non-Bronson, which is very weird.
I think that's why they have him doing a voice like Bronson's.
Yeah,
so you think it is Bronson.
So you feel safe.
It's a hard recommend for me for sure.
It's a cosign on that. It's a big recommend. This movie is a lot of fun. For some reason, it feels long because it just keeps going. But maybe if I started it a little earlier in the night, I wouldn't have felt that way, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe I rode the drugs a little less at the start, maybe pick it up in the middle.
Yeah, I was fine.
Eric
okay.
Sisko, the Crackdown, dude.
Yeah, you go work on your pacing there, Eric.
Exactly. I got to work on my pacing. The movie could have worked on its pacing
As well.
but it is recommended. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
No.
Whoa!
Look at this dude hating fun over
The
it.
fucking
Yes.
Crackdown on fun.
Why don't you give Eric him
Fascist
back his
fun.
contrarian crown?
Definitely.
He took it
Thank
last
you
time.
very much.
Yeah.
I like I don't
Burger
like
King's
on-brand
kids' crab.
Bronson. I like off-brand Bronson.
Fuck, look at this.
Expand on
I
that.
like
Wow.
10 to Midnight.
Do you like his early
Assassination.
stuff? Eric?
Yes.
This
Hard
is-
Times is great.
Kinjite.
Like those are like where I'm like,
Kinjite, however you say it.
those are all so strange and weird.
Assassination is a stay tuned.
Assassination's amazing. 10 to Midnight is also amazing. But like these, I didn't like the first one.
Yeah.
And I
What?
never liked any of them. I was just kind of like, okay, cool violence, but that's the canon way.
Right.
Like I can get it any other canon movie.
Right.
So it's fine. I like seeing Bronson, but like I don't really care about
But
these
there
movies.
are definitely lesser canon movies than
For sure.
than this.
A lot of shit with ninjas I don't care about.
like the Chuck Norris stuff. It's like, all right.
I
come
can't.
on,
That's the
guys.
thing. I can't. Norris doesn't have the presence Bronson has.
I agree with that.
It-
he thinks he does, though.
He
That's
does.
the problem.
Like
Yeah.
it's just vanilla nothing. Like Bronson, he's got whatever fucking. I have no idea what this accent is, but it's
know.
lovely. But it's real. It's like a real America.
The thing is that Bronson very clearly fucks.
Yes.
Chuck Norris
True.
never fucks.
Totally.
Yeah. He fucks and cries about it or something.
Yeah.
You can just copy and paste what Steve and Eric said. I think this movie's a lot of fun. Yes, problematic with treatment of women.
For sure.
But it's a Death Wish movie. You sort of know what you're getting into. But the larger picture here is that this is a fucking late stage canon movie. It is right where you want to be as far as the dummy quota, which Steve mentioned.
I think this might be my second favorite Death Wish movie. Actually,
I think this is my favorite.
Yeah,
because
maybe.
the farther along you go, the less like serious it gets.
Mhm.
Like one, it's a tough movie and it's kind of whatever. 2 is kind of just doing one but less good. 3 is where you get into the dog shit. He's got that
3
rocket launcher.
Is too much, and this almost brings it back a
Yeah,
little.
it's a grounded
and
movie.
then,
I
And then
agree.
5 is a little like we're still doing this. So I
Yeah,
think this might
true,
be the best.
True.
I guess that explains it to me because 3 is my favorite because it's the most Rush Limbaugh-esque.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to do this shit, just do it, I'm saying.
That I will say that the race stuff in this movie is kind of okay for a Death
Yep.
Wish movie at least, which is
I
shocking.
think it's totally fine.
Yes.
I didn't notice any.
Yeah,
uh,
Nothing too crazy.
it's really. At
landmines
first, I
there.
was like, it was Tim Russ and the guy, the Lou Ferrigno guy. I was like, is he Spanish? But then it turns out to be like not that. And I was like,
Right.
okay.
But that is Death Wish for the Crackdown. Thanks so much to Corey from Seattle for instigating this fun conversation this evening. If you want more We Hate Movies, of course, check out patreon.com/We Hate Movies, where this month during Listener Request Month, at some point, possibly already, I don't know, we're recording this in advance.
Right.
The WLM episode at the $5 level will be Ferris Bueller's Day Off, of course.
Nine times.
Everything this month is curated by you, the listener. Steve Sadek, speaking of which, next week on this main feed, we continue with Listener Request Month. What do we have to watch?
We sure do. We're going to be talking about A Sound of Thunder.
Fuck. This is a fucking wackaroni and cheese science fiction time travel movie, is it
Yes,
not?
with Edward Burns and Sir Ben Kingsley.
Oh, fuck. Well, that's a sign that you know it's gonna be great. So until next week with A Sound of Thunder, I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Eric Siska.
Chris Gavin.
Take it easy.
That was a HeadGum podcast.